Ratipede.
Hello,
Skynet.
everyone. Baby rat feed.
Ooh.
Ratified.
Baby rat feces.
Dude, that's kind of where we are.
Fine. Hello, everyone. We are Not Great RPG. We're here once again for the City of Oshuamp.
This is episode 45.
It is. It's crazy.
Right? That you're both alive this whole time. Miraculous.
Not the whole time.
Yes, technically.
It's fair. Have we been
Look
dead
at the
this entire time?
statistics. Huh?
Have I just been dead this entire time?
Near each other. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Near each other.
It's totally fine.
It's totally fine.
Don't worry about it.
Sure. Anyway, we're back once again for another episode of the City of Oshuamp. We're going to go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, and then get a brief recap and pick up where we left off, fighting a big, friendly boy.
Ratipede.
Big Ratipede friend. But always I'm Don, and in this one I play Ethir, Revia, the Grave Domain Cleric Boy.
You guessed it, I'm still not Lawrence. And I'm also still playing Yahlumlo.
I'm Paul, and I'm playing the optically challenged Felix.
Yeah.
I'm Glenn, and I play Vorst, and I'm here to take a bite out of crime.
I'm Sarah, and I'm not playing a wizard. I am, in fact, playing Ritora, the druid, tonight.
I'm DJ. I'll be playing Nesgrim. I'm Nesgrim, and I play DJ.
Yes, you do. I'm John, the Dungeon Master for the City of Oshuamp. At last we picked up. We were inside of the Great Hall. Balor continuing to lead us into wonderfulness inside of Felfarthen.
He's trustworthy.
Yeah, you can have the last cookie if you want, Paul. You sure?
Oh, I meant to bring my Irish potatoes.
Ooh.
Leave right now. Go get them.
So DJ's going to be late this
I'll
evening.
take your turn in combat. Do you have any spell slots?
We can use
Smite
that.
it.
We use
I'm
that
gonna
as an
use
excuse
smite.
on Sunday.
We
DJ's not
could,
here.
actually.
He's
Yeah, no,
harvesting
we'll
the
see.
Irish potatoes.
He's growing them. There's a famine, Don. No!
I'll find it in a minute.
Yeah, we came into the Great Hall. We went through a little bit more of the ledger that Felix was perusing through, speculated about some more
Find it a
things.
sec.
We found some silver in a small hole, which we love to play around in holes, Don.
Sure
Thank
do.
you.
We're on Twitch, right?
I hope.
I think it's the second time very recently that joke's been made.
Right? Fucking...
Bonk.
Who are you, Don? Ethir. That's the guy. He reached into the hole to try to look at the silver, and some shadows touched his brain, and he got real scared and had a vision of some horrifying, enormous face at the bottom of a chasm and enshrouded with darkness. And, we eventually consoled him and brought him back to whatever sanity Ethir's got in there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he heard the echoing rumbles of thunder all around him and was terrified of whatever it is that he saw, and Balor informed him that he saw what lays beyond the gate at the bottom of Felfarthen in the heart. It's great.
No problem.
You guys will really have a good time there. I swear. Once! You'll have a good time once. There's no re-entry.
What if I've already had my good time?
Ooh. I guess then. Oh. Ooh.
We can die happy.
Yeah, dude, right? I mean, I guess.
And we cash in our silver tokens at the gift shop. Get our
Exactly.
prizes.
You say thanks for stopping at Felfarth, and then you don't come back. So we did
All I got is this
that.
lousy
We
Ratipede.
decided to go towards the second alcove. Balor admitted to us all that he's absolutely been deceiving us. Well, just lying boldly to our faces about a lot of things.
Would that not be deceiving?
Deceit.
Yeah, I mean, fucking with you. And we decided, oh shit, that's bad. And then we looked around to the corner into the second alcove, and as he had warned us that Behir do not actually alert us with its steps, they're actually quite sneaky, as rodents are. And we got into the combat with the big Ratipede friend that utilized lightning and thunder from its feet and its mouth to do its best to assail us. We gave as much back as we possibly could, bloodying the creature. Upon being bloodied, the individuals who were within 15 feet of it watched as the shadow that was in the area and bursting out from the open wounds began to seal it and exude more from its mouth and cover a surrounding area of 15 feet in horrific magical darkness, and consumed all the lights in the areas for all of our friends, including magical items like our Moon Touch sword, and watched as the individuals within 15 feet again were able to see that its wounds began to seal and close. And we were picking up, still in the midst of combat, ye old Punch Town.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's Nesgrim, who's within 5 feet of this thing
Sure.
in magical darkness.
And it's your turn or my turn?
It's your turn.
Huh.
I was bloodied on Paul's turn. So it is your turn. The area of 15 feet is magical darkness, so you are not able to see, like, outside of your immediate area. I will say, because it's an enormous figure, like, you're still going to have disadvantage on your attack rolls against it, but, like, you still are very aware that the enormous creature is still right in front of you. It's still going to be giving off a small amount of sound. So, you're aware of its presence, but you are effectively blinded. As a condition, just so this way, in case you had a spell that required seeing it, no siree.
Yeah, because I can't see.
Correct. You're blind.
You flip over the camera.
No. Don't tell me what to do, Don. Reduce. Look
And
at
it's my turn, correct?
Glorious.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
yeah, the
we've
big old
established
glorious
that.
rat boy.
All right.
Ladies.
So many legs.
Rat boys.
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking.
Go on.
It's a bad sign.
Bonus action.
Good. Yes.
I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on. That's not what I thought it was. Never mind.
Nope.
Shit, that's against something not on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would tell you that Sanctuary would not work out in your favor.
Good to know. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Sanctuary in Felfarthen.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What about Ethir?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Not for much longer.
Oh boy.
That's the scariest thing I've ever heard!
Wait, Ethir or Dom?
Dom.
Excuse me.
Drag
I turn around and he's
Ripped
gone.
away.
That would
Just
have
hear
been
choking from behind the counter.
There's some kind
He's
of fog
gone.
on the camera.
Oh no, everyone!
Find him.
Mm-hmm. You got big plans for this big rat? So I hope you do,
Big rat plans.
You know what to do.
right?
Bonus action.
Round 2.
I'm gonna touch myself
Very good.
and cast Shield of Faith.
Very good. Roll your burnout die.
D10, 12.
D10. We're still in an area of horrifying.
Yep. That means it'll be an 8 next time.
Is this your first time burning out?
Yeah.
How often do you
Boy!
Got him.
I'm sure
Alright,
there's
you
no
shrink to a D8 and you roll a D100.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
hurts, doesn't it?
53.
Oh boy.
It could be a good
you have
thing,
the
right?
table?
Yeah, 53. Lose spell level times 2 hit points.
So you lose 2 hit points. It's not horrible. It's only a first level spell for Shield of Faith. It's not the worst thing. Yeah.
Does the spell succeed?
Yes, the spell still succeeds. Burnout just has the lingering effect of as you attempt to use it. So, for Shield of Faith, I'll say that you just, again, put like a hand from your actual shield onto your chest because your holy symbol is emblazoned onto your shield itself. As you radiate this kind of warm, ethereal white light around you, it feels like the shadows of the magical darkness that are pervasive around you just wriggle up the edges of your elbow and just drain some of the life from you. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be incredibly discomforting. But yeah, you have +2 to your armor.
DJ, unless you're going to click D10.
Sure.
Because you're dropping from a D12 to a D10. The area drops you.
Gotcha. I will drop that after my turn because I don't have it pulled up yet.
Cool. That's your bonus action.
Correct.
Bonus action.
Regular action. I am going to disengage
Very good.
and run. Just right back here somewhere.
So you're going to attempt to run straight backwards.
Well, not around Don's thing.
You don't know Don's there.
No,
It's Don's spiritual
Right.
weapon, correct.
My fun hand.
Roughly about that.
Yeah.
Would I be able to see that glowing as I got like right up on it?
I
Before
mean,
he stepped
it doesn't
into it.
actually really occupy like the space, so I mean, you're capable of moving fluidly through that, but do you need to move through the space of Retora to do so? To get out of that area? I cannot see whether or
don't
not there is a
think so.
5-foot space.
Because I've
think
got
he's able to
5
move
feet
next to
between
her.
the
Yeah,
hand
sure.
and the wall.
There's a
So I
full
can-
space in between here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does the hand have form? Like, does it take up space?
It's floating anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like a small ethereal thing. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to make... We're just going to fucking flat roll it. Just roll a d20. Because, I mean, again, it's magical darkness. You do not know the direction you're running.
9.
9? Yeah, I mean, we'll say that, like, you brush gently into the edges of Retora. So you feel a heavy, clunky man run by your bear arm and just... Brr.
I'm no longer a bear.
Oh, you're not a bear? Oh, okay. So, yes, your elven arm.
I just get rammed in.
Yeah, you just get...
Just a linebacker. Just
Gandalf just tackles you as he flees. Yeah, so I mean, you successfully disengage,
I shall pass.
and you run away. You run your full movement.
I would go to about there.
Is that 15 feet away from the bed here?
I don't think so.
I think it's just outside the 15.
I mean,
Yeah,
you guys are
it's-
closer to that.
15.
Yeah, I can't see.
I think
It's-
you're 20 away from it.
5, 10, 15. It's 15.
He's in the 15 still.
Yep.
I would move 5 more.
Cool. You leave the space, and it is dim light out here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's traditional darkness. You're able to, with your dark vision, make out your other friends in this area. You can't see in.
Sure.
Cool. You doing anything else on your turn?
That'd be it.
Fantastic. Glenn,
Hey!
it's up to you.
Hi!
It'll be fine.
I'm gonna revert to my instincts, and I'm gonna hunt it on smell and sound.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll give you the opportunity to, like, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is a 12.
12, so with the +5 from having advantage on smell checks, you have a passive perception of 17. I'll say you got a flat roll on it. You're able to smell the rat.
Hey.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So,
Like, again, he's a hunter. He would have absolutely been hunting
Sure.
in areas in which there was not really sufficient light. I think it's reasonable for him to have that chance.
so just a flat roll on an attack?
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're blind, but you're like, I can smell you.
Yeah.
You just do the Morgan.
Yeah. Yep.
I can smell you.
Smell you.
Yeah.
You can't see me.
I'm gonna swing my sword
Sure.
for my action, yes.
Very good.
My not lit sword.
Yeah.
Hot damn, that's a 17.
17 will hit.
Hopefully you hit the leggies.
8 slashing damage.
There's a lot of leggies. He's bound to hit
So
more.
you hear the clunking of metal go slightly echoing out from your side away. And I think, like, instinctively, because Rirda and Retora don't wear metal, you 100% know it's Nesgrim running away. just like, oh god!
Just to further my thought that I think he's scared of the dark.
Yes. It does 100% work out. You realize that other people are not able to see. It is not exclusively an effect that is limiting your capacities. You lean in and give a good whiff, and you get the residual odor of, like, the crackling lightning, the horrific fur, and then, you know, rat shit, because it's a fucking rat. And you just, oh god! Rat shit! And you slash. I'll say that, yeah, you get another leggy, and you get, like, a little diagonal cut, like, up one of the back haunches, and it gives out another terrifying shriek. Just,
I'm gonna go ahead and utilize my movement
cool.
to, after hitting him,
Mhm.
now I know where he is,
Mhm.
I'm gonna jump on.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You can make an athletics check.
Leap.
Oh, yeah.
It's effectively a grapple, but I'll say that it's a non-contested.
21.
21? Yeah, absolutely. I'll say that you it's going to count as difficult terrain once more, but I think that it's totally reasonable for you to have struck in, feel the purchase as your blade slashes through one of the legs, and I'll say with your offhand, you grab the leg that you cut, feel the blood just ooze down the back of your hand over your forearm, and just rip yourself up onto this thing.
Yep.
And yeah, I'll say that you're absolutely on it.
Bonus action, I'm taking a bite out of crime.
Sure.
You don't get to sigh. You ran away.
Fair. I had good reason.
Because you're bitch.
Dice are hot tonight. That's getting an 18 on the die.
Very good. How are you attacking with your bonus action here?
It's my shifted long tooth bite.
It gives you the bite on a bonus action?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking dope. Then fuck yeah, 18 hits.
Bite, bite, bite. 6 piercing damage.
Damn. What the fuck?
Cool, yeah. I mean, you grab the leg, pull yourself up, you feel your chest and torso kind of slide over the natural fur of the edges of this bed here. You get onto its back and you feel, again, just blood kind of filling around your chin as you slide up. Realize that it's a soft spot and you just dig right the fuck in and just rip some meat out of this thing. Anything else for you, sir?
That is it for me.
Very good, yeah. So you are currently on the thing. And Yahlumlo.
I'm gonna start muttering under my breath, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna dig through my bag for the drift globe that
Mm-hmm.
Luna gifted to me, and I'm going to speak whatever command word Luna would have given me to cause daylight to come out of the globe as I step
Yeah.
forward around this corner. Here to help.
My eyes.
Your leggies.
My leggies.
Just start wailing on his leg.
Listen, I have a whistle. I'll blow it. It's a whistle.
Ooh.
Help.
We'll go with Liadon. Liadon. I just like that it has Don in the name.
I knew that's why you
Sounds like
picked
a
it.
dinosaur.
John's over here writing his hit list.
And I'm gonna say that
Mhm.
as I step around the corner
Sure.
to cause daylight to come out of this globe
Hmm?
in a
60 foot?
60-foot radius sphere of bright light
Hmm?
and an additional 60 feet of dim light.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys here in the area, especially you, Nesgrim, Felix and Ethir, and watch as Yahlumlo pulls from one of the bags on his side this small spherical-shaped crystal. Say a curious word in Elven, which you know the word for Elven. I'll tell you that it means a silver frame. So, just like a basking of silver. And this beautiful white light stretches out and consumes the horrific shield of magical darkness in front of all of you. Daylight's a dope spell.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
You guys are all able to see, and as this light basks out, you see Nesgrim having fled away. Ritor is still standing there, concerned and unsure of what to do. Reardon next to her, just like scratching his head a little bit. And then Forrest on the back of this thing over one of its bloody leggies, just biting its fucking ass. Anything else for you, Yahlumlo?
That is my action. I will not use a bonus action.
Cool.
I'm just going to move far enough forward to make sure the light's around that corner.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, the boxes, I would say, would be mostly destroyed, so they'd definitely be able to provide the light in that entire area. We'll go back to the top of the order to Sarah.
How is he looking at this point?
He is injured, not quite bloodied any longer. He's definitely bleeding, but not profusely.
Is it the things that were lit? Are they currently lit now that the magical darkness is?
No,
Okay.
they consume.
They consumed it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
Did
I
we
don't-
establish channel divinity as well too, right?
The light that your weapon provides,
But
yes,
not the
was
effect,
consumed, but not the attack bonus for you. I will not consume that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a bear again.
Very good.
I'm gonna use my second wild shape.
Become a white brown bear?
A white brown bear.
Very good.
As a bear.
You are now a bear.
Would you say... What's this thing position-wise currently doing? Because I know it's not
It had
exactly...
stomped down off of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that like its back leggies, the back two, are kind of in like the corner.
Mm-hmm.
On like the edge of the alcove.
Yeah.
The rest of it is pressed forward along the ground. It is quite sturdy and tall.
Mm-hmm.
The lower portion to where Vorst is, I'll say, is about 8.5 to 9 feet on the ground. And at the height where it kind of serpentines up and coils like a big old cobra, is about 14 to 15 feet high. So, big, long fucking monster.
Can
Like 25
I...
feet long from...
Can I climb this monster?
Yeah, you can 100% climb the monster. I already let Boris climb the
Yeah.
monster.
I
I'm not gonna
want-
say no to you.
I want to also climb the monster. Just
Dig the bear claws in?
dig in and get like on... Or you're towards the back of it. I want to get like right up, like behind the front shoulder blades
Sure.
of this thing.
You have multi.
Multi-attack.
Grappling replaces exclusively one of the attacks in multi for you.
Yep, so I'm going to do that.
Sure.
And then I'm going to, if I can find my bear card, which is, I don't know why it's not on top, but with me using it
All the time.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to, that's right. Or
I know you get
brown bear. There we go.
Bear.
Bear! 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 Thank you, DJ. I'm so sorry, podcast.
Bear, 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 bear.
Yeah, so I'm going to
Yeah.
let's do a just we'll do a claw attack and dig the claws
Sure.
right in, like I said, behind the
Mhm.
shoulder blades.
Sure. So it's a contested grapple check. I'm going to contest you because I'm looking at you. You're also right in front of where the majority of my currently usable leggies are. Like, he was getting the back ones
Yeah.
that are my stability leggies. These are my fighting ones.
It's a technical
Fight-
term.
My fighting leggies, dude. Alright. Thank God this
These are
thing
my
is
attack
really
leggies,
good
not
at
my
grappling,
defense
Sarah.
leggies.
Grapple is just the strength mod.
It's an athletics check for you. It is either athletics or acrobatics for me.
I'm a bear, so
Yes, you do have bear athletics.
I do have bear
The bear
athletics.
necessities. That is crooked.
Let's get ready to grapple.
I am at 12.
18.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
You 100%.
Hell yeah.
Like, do you want to lunge up?
I want to like climb this.
So you just.
Yeah.
Use his legs like rungs of a ladder.
Sure. What is your entire. You have a climb speed, correct, of 30 feet?
30 feet. Yep.
30 feet, yeah. So I'll say that you're able to get up towards the area that you indicated along its back shoulders. That consumes one of your claw attacks. You do have an additional one as a multi.
Yep.
But yeah, you're just like digging fucking talons into
So-
this thing's chest, getting up over it.
Are you gonna say that it consumes a claw attack?
Yes.
Because technically my multi attack is
A claw and a bite?
claw and a bite.
Yeah,
do
so
I
you have
use-
your bite.
I'll use the bite.
How much does the average white brown bear weigh?
A couple hundred pounds. Probably close to a ton, I would estimate.
Enough to like start to slow it down.
I mean,
Brown bears are big.
possibly. I'm pretty strong. I do have a sufficient strength score.
There's a lot of leggies.
So, yeah.
Fair.
A lot of legs.
Well, a 23.
Nothing but
hit.
leg day.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
23
Hell
on
yeah.
strength.
And skip it if he wants to.
Where do you want to bite this thing?
Push-ups? No, legs.
Leg ups.
Right in the crime?
Right, like on the
Squats.
what?
Right in the crime.
That's all they
Full
are.
squats.
Like right on
What?
Take a bite out of crime.
perceivably right on the back of its neck.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll that delicious bite damage.
We're just gonna eat this thing to death.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get you guys back. It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time.
It really is.
That is
What happened? They ate each other to death. It was crazy.
10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
What the fuck are these bite damages? I'm so concerned.
You write about what
It's
you
a
saw here.
It's a bear.
Fucking big ass bear. Yeah, no, you just dig your talons into this thing several times as you scale it like a fucking mountainside.
You can scoop
Get
me
up
back
over
if
onto
you
its
need.
shoulder. It is incredibly wide base. I guess your, bare ass and legs are hanging off of one side, and you wrap around the other like a scarf. And you just... You get a good chunk out of the opposite side.
The Bahia Riders.
Get bareback. No saddle.
Cover your ears, Arthas.
You poor innocent soul.
As he falls,
Anything else on your turn, Sarah?
No, that's it.
You're all good?
My whole
Is
thing.
it barely living?
No, it's bloody though, but it's... Sorry, this side is the other half of the stat block. Yeah, no, it's definitely bloody.
What is that?
Nice.
Very big rat. Much stat block.
Stats for its fighting leggies and stats for its
Effectively.
defense leggies.
Yeah. Got
Does it
defensive-
have dancing leggies?
Does.
Yes, that's
Done.
all.
You're up.
That was
All
our,
right.
That was our way
That's
out.
me for Rearda.
Dance off. You don't have a bard.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out a little sprinkling of holy water and toss that in the air as I trace some runes, and I'm going to cast Bless, targeting Ritora, Vorst, and
Are we still blessed from the thing?
Again, you guys know your things. I wrote it down.
We might still be blessed from...
Yeah.
oh, that's right.
Vorst,
hasn't
DJ,
been
and
done.
Rearda are genuinely the three people who are blessed.
All right.
So I
yeah.
will say that you remember that
All right.
and be incredibly generous.
Thank
about
you.
it.
Yeah, I'm not
You're
going to do
welcome.
that then. Cool. I'm going to then cast Guiding Bolt.
Cool. Roll your burnout
targeting
die.
this thing. Let's see.
Burn.
Burn, burn.
Nope, 9. We're
Very good. Burn.
I don't think so. That's an 11.
An 11. No, your guiding bolt will, as it rears back as this enormous bear is weighing down one of its shoulders and catches it in the fucking jugular on the opposite side and rips some rat flesh out, just rears back and your guiding bolt sails a little bit above its head and strikes the corner of the alcove at the height.
Yep. I'm going to slap it with my spiritual weapon.
Very good.
16.
16 will hit.
For 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Force damage.
Force damage.
Very good. Yeah, no, your spiritual weapon, I guess you realize that your guiding bolt's going to go wide, and as this thing is sailing, kind of gesture with your other hand, and what was it again?
So like a bone.
It was a bone this time, yeah. So you get a good horizontal angle, and you crack into like the lower portion of the mid torso. Anything else on your turn? It gets another horrific squeal, and the bear wrangling horrible poor rat friend, dude.
No,
Y'all
that
are
is it for me.
bullies. Rearda's up, and Rearda.
Does this count as a words? Oh
Animal
no.
cruelty?
What?
Yes.
When you're surrounded, what's
Flanking.
Flanking. Does this count?
like I'm
We're jumping it. What's the name of that?
That's what we're doing. Does it count?
This count as bugging.
Does this mean anything? I'm really concerned.
Where are we?
Can it
Who
count
am
with
I?
its numerous
Uh,
hands and
Are we
legs?
gonna go to jail for this?
I will say. So you're on its head, he's on its back, Rearda's in its front.
Man, if only Nesgrim hadn't run away.
I will say. I'll give it a +2. I feel like there's sufficient reasonings for there to be some sense of value of it being distracted.
like you want it to be surrounded. We're on top of it.
Yeah,
Surrounded
100%.
this way.
Like, yep, I think that's totally fine.
Does flanking
Uh,
work in
Gotta
circumference?
get it to stand on top of Nesgrim. You got that +5.
Rearda is just like super fucking confused by the fact that it got real dark somehow and now it's real bright somehow, and he doesn't like either of those situations, so he's gonna just reckless and fucking get in here. Yeah, he's absolutely gonna hit.
Yay.
Hell yeah, Rearda.
Yeah.
There's enough room for another animal, I'm just
Mhm.
saying.
9.
Fuck him up, Rearda.
He's a friend.
Fuck him up.
I'm still there.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna follow your example, and after slashing into this thing, he's not gonna climb it, he's gonna bite it right in the fucking stomach. And he's gonna really try to get in there. Just eviscerate.
He looks like he's giving him raspberries.
Did he nat 20?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so this is piercing damage?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Where's my piercing table?
Yeah, right?
Oh no.
Come on, buddy.
Weird.
Huh?
Weird.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
We don't nat 20 in this game that often.
We really don't. It's so strange.
Dog. Dog. Dog.
Damn. Okay.
Dog.
That's actually going to require me to do things. So it's D6 on his thing. He rolls double. So 6, 12, 15. Or, sorry, 6, 12, 16. And then we get to
bites.
roll on the injury table chart.
They've gotten progressively 6, 10, 16.
Dude, he's got mods, but then rage damage, but the different mod. And then capping and rolling extra. I did not roll very good on the actual damage die. But yeah, we rolled twice on this fucking,
Injury table?
injury table of ouchies. And we're gonna see what happens. This weird just fucking
It's the pain table.
bites into this thing. Cool. These are actually dope. This is the first time this has ever happened.
It's not even one of us.
Right?
Tears.
What a bite. Yeah. He fucking
playing D&D
cripples
himself.
it. It loses 10 movement speed.
Ooh.
10 feet of
He
movement.
tore apart them like
Yeah, no, he gets into the fucking stomach region right by one of the haunches and just rips one of the legs off. Did you guys see the video where the one alligator bites the other alligator's leg off by doing the spin? He 100% feels
he
it,
death rolls.
embodies it, and just spins in fucking place.
It's like when the dogs pick up their toy.
Uh-huh.
He did the Crash Bandicoot spin.
14. And then he has disadvantage on Constitution saving throws.
That's nice.
Yeah, so Rear to 100% just death rolls this thing. You watch as it just bleeds profusely and heavily now. It is incredibly bloody.
Good. Good.
That is the end of Rearda's turn.
Oh, no.
I've now lost one of my leggies. I'm bleeding.
Is it its turn?
Yeah, I have to dodge, disengage, or hide. And now that it's dark, I cannot perceivably hide because I've got bright light for 60 feet around me. I've got -10 to my movement.
Can you disengage with 2 grapple?
I don't carry y'all the fuck with me.
Yeah, disengage would just mean it couldn't take opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will ask you guys, as this thing attempts to move, do you intend to stay on it, the
I'm
two
staying
of you?
on it.
Fantastic. I will ask you to make grapple checks. Because this thing is going to attempt to move.
Does bless affect
I will
that if
set
you
the
bless?
DC at 8 plus 5, 13. 13 seems fine. Bless does not affect it. It's grapple check, so it's athletics.
It's 12, so 18.
18. So yeah,
24.
24. Yeah,
Damn.
no, you both are
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
You both are gonna be able to maintain your grip on this thing. I'm going to
Just
disengage.
gonna keep munching.
I have man.
But can we stay on for the full 8 seconds?
Say it to him.
Yes,
They're
I am
riding the
going
lightning.
to scale the back wall.
They're riding the lightning.
I have a climb
Sure.
speed of 30
Sure.
feet.
Is that minus the 10?
That is minusing the 10, yes. My base climb speed is 40. I do not have spider climb, so I do need to make a check. Which we'll roll at a disadvantage, because you guys have hurt my leggies. Damn it, my nat 20! No! Reduce my leggies!
What did we reduce it to?
A 2! I lost the 0! Damn it! Oh, God.
Reduced its leggy count.
Yeah,
John's having such a good day playing himself today.
right? Oh, my God. Well, I am going to say that Glenn, and when Sarah returns, you guys are going to be able to make attacks against this thing as it is disengaging, but as it attempts to climb, I'm going to say that it loses sufficient footing to give you an opening for a reaction to use an opportunity attack.
Is it successfully climbing or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, no, it's scurrying. I'm going to say that, like, the majority of the lower half of its body has been struck by slashing and piercing damages from you guys in the initial turn, and now subsequently, and it's weighed down by there's a fucking bear on it.
It's missing too many legs.
Yeah, there's just blood spray on the wall behind it, so when it attempts to strike into the cracks in the stone to grasp, it just, like, slides its fucking claws down. You hear it just screech in agony as it begins to break its own fingers off.
Oh. Makes the noise that cookie tin made the other day.
Yeah, effectively. But yeah, no, you both are gonna get an opportunity attack.
Nice.
Good.
Bite, claws, preference.
Whatever you want.
I'll go with another bite this time.
Sure.
I'm gonna jam my sword in him.
Yeah, absolutely. You at 20?
Not at 20, but it's 19.
Cool. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
I got a 16 on the die.
16 hits. All these wonderful abilities.
I said bite, right?
Wasted.
Bless does not add to damage, right?
Nope.
Okay, that's what it.
12 points piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Together, how would you two like to do that?
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna start sliding down the wall, and I'm going to try and shore up my grip by driving my sword into him to hang on to that. Because he's just so bloody.
Sarah?
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm just going to take another bite at the back of it and just...
You gonna decapitate it?
I know we killed it, but, like, I don't know if we're...
Grip his spine.
I'll try. I'll certainly try.
Sure. Make a strength check.
I'm doing my best to kill this thing right now.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to be it. 12.
12? I'll say that you don't get it entirely off, but you rip as you go horizontally as this thing attempts to scurry back against the wall. You hear it give us a pained screech of agony and despair, just distressed that it is not able to escape. It feels the sword drive into its back. It lurches forward. As it does, it kind of rears up once more in that Cobra Serpentine fashion, and you just see that full pulsing vein on the side of its neck, and you go, yeah, that's home. And you angle and get right into it and just rip all of that out. So I will say that about a third to half of its neck is just instantly removed. All of the sinew and muscle that is on the exterior of the neck and then the interior just strangles and fleshes itself out onto the ground.
This bear is covered in blood once more.
Yeah, once more. It's a really bloody white bear. Brown bear. Brown white bear with red. What's brown? It's brown white red all over. Retora, always. Yeah, and you feel this thing go limp beneath you and crash down to the ground. I will say, for the individuals who are right here on top of it, as it crumples down to the ground, it suddenly begins to shake, and it feels as though the flesh inside of it begins to boil. Like, you get this residual, horrific heat as it kind of vibrates beneath you. Would you like to do anything?
Once it starts rattling, I'm gonna jump off.
Okay.
Is this thing clearly, like, do I know it's dead at this point?
Yeah, you ripped most of its head off.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Usually things aren't...
What's up? You never know.
Yeah, 100%.
Second wind!
I didn't
I
hear
hear no bell!
We had half of a vampire still.
Yeah, that's a vampire. This is a rat.
Maybe it's a vampire rat?
Big
don't
magic.
know.
It's a big magic rat.
Listen, I'm
It's
not
rat
saying it's not in the
sir.
trick book that I would 100% use in the next group.
Ratpire.
Ratfire. Yes, you are effectively certain that this thing is dead.
I would like to leave its proximity to avoid being covered in any more.
Cool. You two are going to leap off.
You grab Rude on the way.
That was what I was hoping someone was going to
Yeah.
say, because Reard is just like looking at it, just real fucking stoked. Just like, fuck yeah, this is the greatest thing!
Still blitz.
Doesn't remotely give a fuck that this thing is effectively going to explode right in front of him.
Grab Rearda by the back of his shirt and just pull him out.
Fuck
of
a
the way.
bear! Nice! Yeah, you guys pull Rearda away. And I will tell you that once more, you hear a terrifying, deep, echoing rumble that sounds like thunder. And this thing, from the inside, from the open sores and wounds that have now been struck into this thing, especially from the gaping hole that is its throat, you watch as lightning starts to crackle out from this thing, as a storm erupts within it and bursts it from the inside and sprays a ludicrous amount of 25-foot, like 2,000-pound rat blood everywhere. Just torrential, coating the entirety of the alcove.
So what you're saying is we should get some Kool-Aid and just dump it right on in.
Yeah, I mean, if we really wanted to ruin all the tiles, we could just spray paint fucking Kool-Aid over all this. Just get the big fucking jug.
I'm just gonna pat Felix on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Ranged spells, huh?
Would you permit a deck save to not get covered? Or are we
You're
far enough
away?
Okay.
I'll say
Yeah,
that
that's
you
why
guys
I'm
do
okay,
it
good.
far enough
Like
away.
splatters into the corner.
Yeah,
Get like
Yep.
a little on your face or something.
yeah,
Yep.
that's about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, you guys are definitely like
Polish this
Covered in
glove
blood.
off.
Got it. Yeah.
It's a trophy, really.
Yeah, no, as soon as that thing explodes and I know it's dead for sure, I'm just gonna let out a really loud, like, bay, and I'm just gonna howl as loud as I can.
Yeah, no, Forrest howls with you. He just,
Or-
fuck yeah, buddy! Oh! And he just runs over and just, like, hugs you. Yeah, you feel his
You're
arm
still a
just...
bear.
I'm still a bear.
I'm gonna run up and jump on your back and give you a big hug.
Bear, 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 bear! This party rules! Why are we here? I have no fucking idea what's going on. Ethir! Yeah! Just runs over him. He's covered in blood.
I have 5 strength. I collapse. There's no scenario in which I can hold him
Oh,
up.
dude, you look tired.
Yes.
Do you need a pick-me-up?
No, I
Dirty dancing.
Nobody puts Ethir
I
in the
love
corner.
dwarven ruins.
As this happens, I'm going to slowly back away and into Ether's mind say, range spells, yeah?
Yeah, he just kind of like lifts you up aloft for a moment, puts you back down.
thank you.
Yeah.
That did help.
Yeah. Hey, you can see he's still got wild fucking eyes. Fucking horns just protruding out and spikes on his arms.
I'm gonna
It's
walk
fucking
up.
dope.
Is there a corpse?
No.
Or is it just kind of every bit
No,
of itself?
it like eviscerated itself in a horrific explosion of a storm. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to Nesgrim and just shake all of just like a dog out of
Just coat him.
You deserve that.
I'm gonna follow suit.
I'll just stand there staring at my feet, just letting it happen.
I deserve this.
My,
This is what I get for running.
my spell blew up and I couldn't see, so I ran.
No, I do not think any of us could see if not for the globe.
That made me look foolish. Sure.
Yes,
It was quite the gift from Luna.
yes, extraordinarily helpful.
Nesgrim, good job back there. Aside from running,
Thanks.
I know that you were scared of the dark, so that was something to deal with. So
I'm not.
I'm very proud of you for running ahead first.
I'm not scared of the dark.
It's okay.
It is okay. And I touch your shield and recast light. We all have our fears.
Like
I have a
like that
contract with a hag.
You've recast light on his shield. We have an hour of daylight.
I'm doing it anyway.
It's just
John, you
to
also
be safe.
have to roll your burnout.
Yeah, that.
2, we're good.
Oh, he's dead!
Oh my god.
That'd have been great. if
My
it's like
strength score!
you accidentally cast Firebolt.
Oh my god.
Hand on my chest, cast Firebolt. I'm dying.
Oops.
We all have our fears, Nesgrim. You are afraid of the dark.
I'm not afraid.
I have a contract for my soul with a monster.
I'm not necessarily
It's
afraid of
okay.
the dark. I'm afraid of not being able to see.
Those are the same thing. It is okay, Nesgrim.
Really like to see you.
I rely on it to live, you know?
Yes.
My line of work would be very difficult if I couldn't see.
What is it you do?
This?
Whatever this is.
Was this your,
I'm seeing. I get paid for this.
was this your first job?
But it's not really a job. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Oh my god! I would have downed you so bad!
That was the most perfect thing you could have said.
I just, sure.
What?
Okay.
Well, I hate to interrupt this truly inspiring moment. Has anyone seen our guide?
I'm gonna flick my sword.
Light does not return. And I will tell you that no, you do not see Balor.
Just gonna huff loudly.
My sword's broken.
I'm not certain that I am more comforted by the fact that we cannot see him.
Yes.
Yes.
Your sword may need to be recharged by the natural source,
Possibly.
which we will not find in here.
No, I don't suppose they had a window
No.
all the way in here.
How much
Well-
more map do we have for this floor?
Who's got the map?
Not much. Just past the Great Hall.
Do you think it's likely there are scavengers here?
Like, I'm gonna point to the blood wall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that anything was resting near that.
No, but smell of blood may draw more creatures if they're here, especially if they feed on dead things, which I'm sure this left a lot of dead things in its wake.
Does it smell like blood?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that things would willingly seek out the sight of death, knowing that this lurks. But you are right, they may know the scent of it, and they may know that it is injured or dead.
Probably not stay here long.
Yes. Should probably leave.
The only other thing up ahead is the meat hall.
We should continue forward.
Yes.
I agree.
Yahlumlo,
Yes.
I can hold it.
What a tender moment!
I tried so hard.
Mage Hand just got a lot more fun.
It feels like
the only one with fun hand.
Are you sure it's not too much?
I know there's a weight limit.
Yeah, no, what is the weight of it, though?
I don't know. It can hold itself. I'm going to say whatever the other
I think it's
command
5
word
to
is.
10 pounds.
I'll say the other command word to make it float by itself.
I can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me saying it. That's, I'm
Yeah.
a fairy.
I appreciate the offer, but it can take care of that. Leave your
How long does it last?
brain free to the light or the floating.
Both?
I think it'll float for as long as it's close enough to me. And the light, about an hour in total.
No longer than 4 hours.
If it lasts longer than 4 hours, we should
Get out of here.
get someone to
We
check
gotta
it.
call Hawaii. Quick.
I'm gonna just put away my torch, I guess.
Drain the blood.
I'm gonna put away my torch.
Sure.
Just stick close to Yahlumlo
Mm-hmm.
and this bright source of light.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know where you guys want to go.
I guess we're continuing forward to the meat hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my sword out and point to the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the door right there.
Yahlumlo, if you don't mind, my light's gone. Care to be up front with me,
Alright.
or at least your light. Moving on.
Cool.
Let's carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you that that door right by where you are, you're able to see a fair stretch in because of the bright light cast by daylight and the dim light that extends out from it. Because it's 60 and 60, so you're able to effectively fully illuminate the next room before even entering. As you stand in the threshold of the doorway, you can see that it's a small, maybe like 5 to 10 foot walkway. And it's got a split immediately to the right that looks as though it opens up into a larger chamber, like a hallway extending northward. The mead hall itself is a very large room. It is... I hate doing maps that are like not real shapes because like it's square-ish. Square adjacent. So like...
Trapezoid.
Kinda, but like
Rhombus?
it's got like a point, so like it's 4 sides,
Like a
but
pentagon.
Parallelogram.
Do you have a picture of it, John?
yes, but I can't show you it
It's
because
the rest of the.
I mean I can kind of zoom in. You'll see areas in which you've gone, but like you see 10, how it's like
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
a very weird
Yeah.
square with a fucking hat.
Yeah, it's square with
hat square.
It's a hat
2
square.
leggings and a hand.
It's got like an arrowhead kind of shape.
Yeah, that's a better description for it, absolutely. So you'll see that it extends to the left. In totality for the room, it looks like it is about 45 feet in total diameter for the length of the wall as you are standing in the threshold. So what would be to your left would go about 25 feet down before it concludes, and then it would be about 20 feet before the hallway opens up extending north. And it goes about 40 feet back. So an enormous room. For visually what is in here, you can see that there are a plethora of broken chairs and tables. Again, it's a meat hall. You can see that there are many casks of what would look to be containers of previously ale. You get like a horrific for you, sticky, like rotten honey smell. It smells like old fucking wax in here. Really pungent, but like it still has some sense of sweetness, but it's very astringent. You can see that there are a litany of bones, like a lot of bones. You can also see that there are many, like the carapace of spider shell, like the internal like abdomen kind of framing. You can see that there are many of those in the area in here, as well as large patches of what would be perceived to be, again, spider ichor from having attempted to kind of hovel in here. You can see areas in which the heights of the corners of the room, there are enormous spider webs that look as though they have been ripped in half. So like if it was comprising the majority of a corner of the room, it would have been clawed through with like an obvious distinct claw-like separation at a diagonal. Yeah, I will say that you're able to see as well in the far back corner an enormous long countertop that is about 15 to 20 feet long, and behind it are a plethora of shelves. Many of them look as though they are intact and do still have containers, large bottles, flagons, and you can see that there are standing barrels in one of the corners of the room. The bottom to your back left. About 4 to 5 tall standing, light, looks like a lighter pine, kind of like the cask that we've got here. Tall standing barrels that look still sealed.
So these tables, are they individual tables or are they like Harry Potter long
They would be
tables?
long Harry Potter,
Okay.
sorting hat dinner type tables.
The cafeteria hall tables.
Yeah, effectively.
Banquet tables.
Where it would have, yes, banquet tables.
I was trying to think of the word myself. I'm like,
Right.
right.
With, the long, unified benches
Yeah,
on
yeah.
each side.
Cool.
But again, those look like they are split and cracked in many areas.
Okay.
Any like desk or bar?
Yeah, there's a big countertop that is about 25, 30 feet back. I will set it up if we intend to, peruse through the room. If we intend to walk through the room and go to the hallway, I will not take our, 10-minute intermission to set that up. But again, I don't know what you guys want to do. There's a big fucking room in here. I don't know to what extent you guys want to explore it.
I would just want to check behind the bar desk region.
Sure.
Investigate back there for papers and documents and the like.
Sure. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I would definitely be looking at the bones
Sure.
for sure. And probably checking out the markings on the table for them being cracked to see what might have caused that and see if I can find any tracks or anything to point out to Vorst. Like claw marks, that type of thing
Sure.
to point out to Vorst.
Okay. Anybody else? Good? Paul?
I'll just take a seat.
Sure. Yeah, on one of the areas in which the obvious bench is still intact and able to
No,
support
one of the
your weight.
big banquet tables.
Sure. Yeah.
Just-
No, you can 100% sit. There's a wide array of small wooden plates, utensils and silverware and things like that. The banquet tables themselves have, no real meat or anything like that left on them. You can see areas in which there were effectively large serving, silver platters. The silver indeed looks tarnished and kind of cracked. And you can see that there are large wooden, fruit bowls. Very big fucking bowls.
And as I'm looking around the room, the orb should give off enough light for most of it to be bright.
Yes, it is entirely bright in here.
So there are no shadows.
Correct, no shadows.
Okay.
How long has it been since we got the blessing?
From the statue?
Yeah.
Only about 30 minutes.
Okay.
I would say that you guys were in that temple for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. We spent another few minutes looking at the ledger, gathering that information. Probably about 5 to 10 minutes for the fucking around with the hole in the silver. And, the 30 seconds of the horrifying combat. So, approximately 30 minutes. But you guys still do definitively have a little bit of time left.
Okay.
Did you want to do anything in this room, Sarah?
I'm just gonna sniff around.
Sure.
Oh, there.
Sniff around the general area, concentrate around any of the things that were described. Do you want to sniff towards the northern hallway that looks like it is the continuation?
Can I just do a perimeter sniff of this?
Yes, you can do a perimeter. Yeah.
Sniff for anything.
I'm probably going to approach the bar with Nesgrim.
Sure.
Because, it could be dark back there. I don't know. No, I want to see if I can try and find
I have
something.
light on my shield, thank you very much.
I brought my nightlight. It's okay.
And the entire room lit.
It's actually Ethir's nightlight.
Yes. I'm gonna kind of search through the back bar and try to find a bottle of liquor or mead or beer, anything
some
that
kind of spirit
smells
or alcohol.
super, super foreign.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right. We will resolve. We'll resolve Sarah's smell first, because you guys would be walking around generally in the opening area, and the odors that are in here are going to be pretty distinct in terms of what has already been described. You're good. I don't know whether or not Bear has keen sense for smell.
Yeah.
That was cool.
15. Perception.
15. Cool. Yeah, I will tell you that, immediately as you're beginning to walk around here, the previously mentioned descriptions of the overwhelming sense of, the astringency and the bitterness. You do get some, tart aromas. Ritora would be familiar with wines. That would give you the indication that some areas in here also probably had some kind of wine spillage. I will tell you as well, you get more of these odors from the hallway extending to the north. Yeah, I mean, in terms of like other things in the general area around, as you approach like the barrels and things like that, you would get the like cedary rich odor. So Dawn, you said you wanted to remind me.
Look at the bones.
Look at the bones, and you wanted to see whether or not there was an indication for what had happened to the benches.
Yeah, to see if there's any
Cool.
like claw marks or
Sure.
that type of thing to point out to Vorst.
Yes, I will tell you that, like, as you are in the area of where there's, like, a litany. It's not, like, piled bones. It looks like there are sporadically pieces of large bones. Obviously, they would be... For you as a bone man, you would associate these with either the larger, longer bones of either a forearm or the upper portion of the leg. So we're talking... oh, my femur. Femur. Talking big fucking chunky dwarf femur bones.
Okay.
Leggy.
You know, humerus and radial bones. Like, you're able to see that some of them have the, like, stretching gap opening for what would indicate, like, the bones of a wrist and things like that.
Sure.
None of them look damaged.
Okay.
None of them look like they suffered any kind of injury. All of them look as though they are simply just scattered here, kind of chaotically. The benches themselves look as though they were broken not by claw marks. It does not look like there is a palm kind of compressed indentation in them. It looks as though the benches in here were struck in not like a pattern of like every few feet.
Okay.
It looks like... I'll ask you to actually just make an investigation check, just
Sure.
this way, like... Because this is an inference that, like, I can totally give you.
Natural 20.
Cool. Yeah, you see that the indentations in where the breakages are, you're able to see they would look like they are the thickness and width of what would be a person sitting down. So if you have a person that's sitting down, there would be the two indentations at the edges of the hip for where if they were pressed down, you would see the striking edges of a person. So that is what I will tell you is your inference for how wide these fractures in this bench are.
Okay.
It does not comprise the entirety of the bench, giving you the indication that it was not a full bench when whatever occurred.
Sure.
There are many of these, but there are larger gaps in portions of the bench.
Okay. The bones do they look like is there like a full body where like a person died here and then became just bones?
No.
Like somebody
You're
confetti
seeing like
bones?
you're seeing like a litany of bones that would obviously to you construct more than a singular individual, and
Okay.
you're seeing
They're just
repetitions of comparable bones.
Okay. No skulls.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a piece of like a femur, one that has like a sharper point, and just slip it into my belt just in case.
Sure. Yeah, spare bone.
Yep.
Got a spare bone. Cool. Lawrence, you said you were good?
I'm good.
Cool. Paul, you said you wanted to...
I'm just sitting down. Yeah, I could do something else if everybody else is.
Sure. Okay, cool. So then it is the two individuals who are going back towards the bar. You see the bear kind of like walking around doing a general sniff. You approach this incredibly long, heavy, dense, like oaken counter, kind of like what I have up here. Again, it's about 10 to 15 feet wide. You want to walk behind it into the space between that and the cupboards behind it.
Yep.
Do you want to look into the cupboards and behind the bar?
Yeah, we'd look into both. I'm basically just looking for any recipes, indications.
Sure, we're
stuff
looking
like
for more Grandma Grimdar recipes. You got it. Make an investigation check.
Come on.
What did you say you wanted to look for?
I was looking for a very foreign-smelling liquid of sorts.
Okay, so a strange spirit.
8.
8. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that you don't find anything of value. I'll tell you that, like, as you begin perusing through this area, you can find what is obviously a small, like, iron lockbox.
Does it say Fell's Kitchen?
I mean,
It does now.
The fucking sauce!
yeah, you can see a small iron lockbox with a little, obvious,
Stop it. That was a good one.
It was very good.
an obvious, keyhole for the latch at the edge of the lid. It looks as though the edges of it are kind of like the metallic banding of, again, wrought iron.
Sure.
I'll tell you that you find a little lockbox.
We'll give it a little jiggle.
Yeah, you jiggle it and you hear just the enormous clanking and rustling of coins.
Sure. We'll just go ahead and find a bag to stick that in.
Sure. Yeah, you're going to add an iron lockbox into your inventory.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there a key nearby at all?
You rolled an 8, no.
Here you
You
go.
found coins and went, yay! and weird liquid. I'll let you try to smell for it. I feel like that is in the realm of what Boris would be doing for how he would be searching.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, I'll tell you that there is, on one of the middle shelves, towards one of the edges of the bar, on the cupboard back behind it, I will tell you that there is a tall, strangely shaped bottle where, you know, the spinny straws?
Yes.
It's like that.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
no.
And I will tell you that inside is a bright, like lavender colored liquid. And I will tell you that it gives a very fruity and sweet aroma.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna pull that off the shelf there.
Cool.
Everything around it seems to be just various liquors and such.
Yeah, it looks mostly like ales.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around for like a cloth or a rag or something in the area to wrap the bottle in to secure it, and I'm gonna
Yep.
put that in my bag.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'll tell you that there's a bunch of cloths and, scraps of leather and things like that. You're able to find a couple pieces, wrap it, sufficiently, because it's a pretty decently sized bottle, but you're able to get it into your bag.
After I had taken the bone fragment and looked at the stuff on the table, I would have gone to sit next to Felix to have a conversation with him.
Cool. Do you want everybody to leave?
No, no.
Cool.
Felix,
Yeah, yes.
when we get out of here, if we have any time while we are traveling, if you could, there's something I need to show you.
I just got a new bone.
Damn. I still have the other one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I need you to teach me how to speak other languages, Dwarvish in particular. I know that you can read that at least. I do someday wish to come back here and try to help anyone that might be trapped here. And I do not wish to always rely on the fact that they will speak common. And I would find it very difficult to help them if I cannot speak to them.
Sure. What is your first language?
Elvish.
Do you have a piece of paper?
I suppose so. Pull out a piece of paper.
Do you have parchment?
It's a great question.
Because if you don't have parchment, you can't do that. you might have parchment, you might have paper, but you also might not.
Nope, sure don't.
There you go.
You did give me stuff. I think I have one of yours.
Pull out a bone.
'Cause I had a sheet of parchment, and you gave me a bunch of stuff, and I have 2 in my inventory. So I
Okay,
think you may
then-
have given me
Yeah,
one.
if you're struggling to find it, I'll just pull out my notebook and
Yeah.
rip a back page off and
Absolutely.
just start writing down the alphabet in Dwarvish and then above it in Elvish.
Thank you.
Of course.
We'll say a couple minutes go by as we conclude these things, and you're all able to regather and decide what you want to do.
Would you like to rest in this room before we continue on? We may be able to use these benches to shore the doors.
Something interesting about these benches. These markings where they are cracked
Sure.
appear to be roughly the width of a person, as if they were compressed while sitting in the bench. They are cracked downward. I'm not certain what that means, but
Perhaps it has something to do with our rat friend from back there.
perhaps. But there are no claw marks or anything, simply the breaking of the bench around the...
Very
hips of a
impressed if you
person.
could sit on a bench.
Yes.
Size-wise, is it comparable to more like humanoid size like us, or is it more comparable to like the size of our friend Adelstan outside?
No, definitely more comparable to medium humanoid size like you guys.
Okay. So as I look across the long bench,
Mhm.
I see all of these indents and push, like,
Mm-hmm.
not breaking the bench in any areas. It's more like a strong indent.
So it looks like there is a slight indent between the two breakings. It would be a vertical split. So if you were to go end to end, like here and then here, it would be splitting the wood. So when you...
Okay,
I
so
went
the
from
indents
crack
and then the
to
split
crack.
in the middle.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Could use, I could use a short rest for some time. I got pretty beat up in that last fight.
Are there any holes in the ceiling or walls?
Yes, not sizable. I would say that there would be some towards the right wall. So what would be on the interior opposite the hallway that ascends up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
but it
like
would-
enough for like something to squeeze through, or is it very small?
It would be moderately sizable,
Okay.
obviously for like spiders or rodents or other things like that. But no, nothing, ratipede sized. Maybe only
It's like
2-3
this big.
inches in diameter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and there's
it's-
just like a couple of them.
Maybe ratipede size.
Rats, just
Baby
regular
rat.
rats. Okay.
If it is not imperative to rest, we should probably continue. The light from the globe is limited in time.
How do you look?
Very, very bloody.
Mm-hmm.
Super bloody.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I would agree with you, but I must insist if everyone isn't up to par, I would rather be sure that the person standing next to me can take a hit if they need be.
Is there nothing we can do to expedite that process?
I can heal him, but it will use some of my limited magic. If we do not wish to wait, I think that is the best plan. We do not wish to waste the light from the globe.
And the blessings we received earlier?
Hmm?
And however much time Ritora has
Yes.
in this form? It is a question of resources.
Nesgrim,
Sure, I'll just cast Lay on Hands on myself for 10 points.
Sure. Yeah, you restore 10 hit points to yourself using your lay on hands.
Cool. I'm slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
Still bloodied, but better.
Mm-hmm.
You stay by my side, I'll keep you safe.
Sure.
From the dark.
From the
See,
dark.
you can't see in the dark. I don't need to see.
I can see in the dark, just not that dark.
Can you smell in the dark?
Yeah,
Probably.
Probably.
I know I
That
can.
seems likely. I can smell in the light. I don't know why I couldn't smell in the dark.
Yes, you're a very smelly man. Let's go. Pat you
Sure.
on the back and laugh.
Nesgrim, should you fall in battle, I will of course bring you back.
Okay. I know God, and God is a cruel man.
I've seen the other side.
Horrible. He's just smiling.
Laughing.
Right?
My magic works more efficiently if You are.
If he lets you die first.
Yes. I would prefer to see the light leave your eyes before.
Really gets him going.
Yes, it helps.
Be all revved up.
I'll take your word for it.
Here I go healing again.
Shall we?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Clang, clang.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah, the hallway that is in relation to the opening here for the hall in the corner to the right. You can see, obviously, with the drift globe, it extends 60 and 60. Yeah, you would be able to see the other end. It goes about 85 to 90-ish feet before it makes a sharp right turn. The hall itself looks about 15 feet wide. 10 feet wide, and then it looks 15 feet. It kind of like stretches out a little bit further once it hits a midpoint. And you're also able to see at the angle at which you guys are standing that about 35 feet ahead of you, to the left side, there would be another threshold opening to the left. I do not know if you guys intend to simply walk.
Did we just decide which way we were going?
Does the map say which one is down?
Left.
To the left, then?
Okay, so we're going to walk until we see the first opening. Cool, yeah, we go about 35 feet. Again, the hallways are about 10 feet wide still. It slightly starts to expand out. As you approach this opening to the left, you can see that it is, another open archway in which there was previously a door. You're able to see that the stone door is comparable to the one that you entered into the area from, where it's got the relief in the side of the wall. You can see that this stone door that is right here in front of you is currently fully open, and the stone that is protruding out from what would be the door that could be pulled looks like it's mostly broken. You can see that there are small pieces of rubble here on the ground in front of you. As you look inside once more with the drift globe, because super bright light, you can see that this looks like a small storage room. It looks as though it's only about the interior is 5 feet wide. It opens to about 15 feet wide in totality. And it looks as like it's a slightly circular shaped room, only about 20 feet deep. Inside, you can see that there are about 10 barrels, again, standing kind of in corners of the room. Some of them are stacked on top of each other. They look, again, very sizable. About yay big in terms of barrel lids, so you're able to see that obviously they would look like they're about 3.5 to 4 feet high per barrel. The two of you who have advantage on the smell checks, you're able to smell once more the incredibly earthy aroma of like stout beers and ales. And you would see as well in here, there would be a pair of cupboards on either side of the walls. It looks like the lower doors of them are currently open. And you can see that there are like spilled out wooden cups, plates, and silverware.
I think this is where they were aging some of these drinks. A storage room. If you were looking for recipes, this might be a good place to check.
True, yes.
This reminds me of the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You said there were shelves?
Yeah, there's 2 cupboards on the other side.
I would go poke around them.
Sure. Yeah,
Look.
make an investigation check.
Now I'm looking for keys and recipes.
Fantastic. I'll give you advantage on the check when you're looking for keys and recipes. And nothing else.
No keys.
Son of a bitch! It's a 9.
A 9?
With advantage!
Yeah.
The low is a 6.
Yeah.
6.
But also, nice.
Yeah, I'll tell you with a roll of nice, you are able to see that there is a small side, like secret-looking compartment on the interior of one of the cupboard sides. You can see there's a little latch and a little metal prong that looks like a pulley.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you open that up and you can see it's a very small little dusty, like a slot opening the size of what looks like a little mail slot.
Mm-hmm.
reach in.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very dark. You're able to see. You have dark vision. I would tell that you see what looks like a small, thin stack of little pieces of paper.
Cool. I'm gonna pull them out and just flip through them real quick.
Cool. It's just drawings of dicks. No, I'm kidding.
Nice.
No, I would
I
tell
found
you.
their suggestion box.
Yes, I was genuinely going to say that. You open it up and you can see that there's a bunch of weird names on it scribbled and a bunch of really hastily, poorly formed writings of like drunk people submitting suggestions for drinks. So it's like, not Barry.
Here's Barry.
It's
There's a bar. I've been to it.
We'll
That'd
go
be
with
very concerning.
Borgrim wants a real happy beer.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so you see that there's about 4 or 5 small pieces of paper like that.
Any of them actually sound like legible or useful?
Look legible? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I mean, like the sound.
And sound good?
Yeah, like something you might actually want to
Sure.
try.
They're in common?
No, they're in Dwarvish. Speak Dwarvish?
I sure don't.
No, so you're just gonna look and see like scribbly rune letters and have no idea what it says.
But he assumes it says that
Yeah.
first.
I like to imagine that the first guy was drunk enough that he was writing in the comments. I want a happy drink.
Happy beer.
I know other languages.
Just gonna kind of hold it up and go, can anyone read this?
Just point at Felix.
I'll say
God, I
no.
drank myself.
Please?
I can't.
A singular tear. Please.
I thought you knew Dwarvish.
I'll shake my head no.
Can I make an
You can roll for deception and you can roll for insight. You've literally seen
Please. Please.
Bitch! Ooh, it's a dirty 20! Wait. I'm sorry. You said deception.
Yes.
Ah, it's 15.
15.
6.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you that, like, it's
sword you got
something
us in here.
seems weird because, like, you knew Felix read something in here. You don't know if it's Dwarvish because you don't know what Dwarvish looks like. So it's like, maybe this is a different Dwarvish and he just read something else, like the way Yahlumlo was able to read the, like, weird spooky writing because it looked familiar.
Right.
You, I guess, would go off of something along those lines.
Spooky dwarf.
Of like, wow, this is a scary dwarven.
I'm just gonna tuck it in the bag, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any key?
Yeah, I'll tell you that there's a small little brass key. Pretty rusty.
I'll put it in my small iron lockbox.
Cool. I'm going to tell you that it doesn't fit.
Great. Toss that in the bag.
Fuck.
I hope you're writing down what you're taking.
Nope.
No, I do have small iron lockbox, and
Yeah.
now I'm gonna have suggestion cards.
Corbin's suggestion card.
And a key.
Yeah, no, you have a small brass key. I will tell you that it looks like the brass key is smaller than what would go into the lockbox.
Sure.
Just jiggle it around.
Come on, damn it.
I want to be cool.
This is how lockpicking works, right?
Can I get a slight hand check to just jiggle the key around in there and see if it unlocks it?
Yeah, dude, you can have it at like disadvantage with an absurdly high DC. I'll let you
Sure.
roll it.
Natural 20.
2 nat 20s. No, absolutely
If that
not.
happens, it happens sometimes.
No, absolutely not. It's a 4.
4? Yeah, no, you. God damn it! Nobody will read to me! I can't open a box! It was dark! I need a happy beer! The dark! I'm not scared of the dark! It's mean to me!
I motioned divorce to pretend like we're closing the door.
Just quickly back out.
But to be clear, pretend because I don't want him to accidentally get locked in the storage room. I just want you to hear the scraping of the stone.
Yeah, I'll start quickly
Yeah, I
backing
mean, I'll tell you
away.
that, like, as you feel it, you guys feel that the stone is very jagged and rough on your hands.
Okay.
Like, the edge of the door frame for the stone, it looks as though there are enormous cracks, like indentations, to where you would have the kind of, like, rippling effect, where it would be, you know, a caved-in portion of it, and your hand would scrape along that. That's going to damage you, but it's going to feel really fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Does it appear as though it, like, the door's been busted open a certain way?
Yes.
Like somebody was
Yes.
trying to get into the room?
Yes, I will tell you that all the areas in which you feel the indentations here would feel like it was an enormous pair of hands that gripped the stone and cracked the stone with its fingers as it ripped the door.
Would it be approximate to the size of...
The claw?
Yeah.
Ooh,
whatever
or the
that-
shadowy, horrifying
Yes.
hands. Yes.
Great.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to say no, not claw, but yeah, 100%.
So the markings are on the inside of the door.
Into where the mead hall would be, or into where the storehouse
Right,
would be.
right. So it
Correct.
grabbed in and pulled open.
Mm-hmm.
It
Okay.
really wanted to get
Oh,
whatever's in
boy.
I'm
there.
gonna look at the bear.
How big is the door compared to the creature we just fought?
The door is about 9-ish feet around the height of the door that we have.
Like a normal.
Yeah, normal door size.
Standard.
Like again,
Yeah,
dwarves
not a
live
grand
here. Like
door.
they're not going to have. They're going to want to be able to accommodate guests. They also did have other individuals living here. So like sufficient height is absolutely necessary, but nothing ludicrous. You said you were going to look at the bear?
Yeah.
We'll look at the bear. Bear.
Just do this, the hand motion, and point at the door.
Bigger than her claws.
Fuck.
I think that thing we saw earlier did this.
Which thing?
Shadow hand? Or something?
Don't believe I was looking in the direction when that happened, actually.
You weren't. Only me and her saw it.
Scary.
So I'm also gonna look at this. Where this is like crushed in, it doesn't look like it was done with like a sharp, like talon type thing.
No,
it's just
it looks like
pressure.
crush.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Just like thick.
Yeah, so I
Meaty
mean,
hands.
yeah, like yay thick for finger.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
again,
Yeah, just the sheer pressure.
yes.
Okay.
Big,
Cool. Great.
meaty claws.
Love
Big
it.
meaty claws, really just.
Yep.
God, give me the beer!
It's Barry!
Oh yeah! I
So
told you Barry would show up.
I'm also
here.
He's not a
are
bum.
in a shadow bum.
No, we've never seen him in the light.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's it now.
So good. That's so good.
Shadow of the Colossus, Barry. You know,
It's Barry.
it's Barry. Just hearing that echo throughout a dwarven ruin in the distance. It's Barry.
Just pitch
We're
that
in the
down a couple
mines.
It's
octaves.
Barry. God, why is he here?
Harbinger of Doom.
Barry, please.
It's Barry!
We fed you.
It's
Barry
Barry!
to crack up this campaign.
Let me get an ale,
I'm also gonna look into the room, having seen that this was like ripped open,
Yeah.
and see if there are any markings on the ground where other barrels would have been that have been taken out. Since you said that there were some in
Yeah.
there,
Mhm.
have some been removed?
Yeah, I'll tell you that you can see that there are areas in which it looks like there would be the obvious staining and drag marks of the way in which dust would have collected. You would be able to see that there would be definitively drag marks that are barrel thick.
Okay. Is there any indication of any liquid having dripped recently? So that way I can get an idea of like, was this done years
Yeah.
ago or a month ago or yesterday?
Yeah.
20
yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say fuck it, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tll you that it smells. Who was the individual who found the bottle inside the chasm? Correct? You would
The
have,
strong spirit?
Yes, you would have been in that area sufficiently to
Mm-hmm.
be able to smell that incredibly pungent, like, rubbing alcohol.
Okay.
Toxic, like, oh!
And the fact that I can still smell it
Mhm.
would indicate that that's more recent than not.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Because it would
in
have
terms
just been
of recency, I don't think that that's something
Sure,
that, like...
not like I'm not looking for an exact
Mm-hmm.
thing, but like this didn't happen 50 years ago.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna convey that.
Yeah.
That strong spirit that you found in the other room.
Yes.
There are barrels missing from this room with the crush marks on the door. So I think some of these barrels might have been removed more recently by whatever ripped open this door.
With it being my job, I can approximate that it would definitely take more than one person to move a full cask, right?
Yes. More than one normal person.
There must be others down here then.
Normal.
Or one very big.
Or one very strong one.
Yes.
Strong enough to open that door.
I'm fucking strong. What are we doing?
I'm gonna grab his hand and put his hand in the thing to match it to the size.
That's big.
Yes,
It's real fucking big.
very
Scary.
big.
It's like the size of the thing.
What thing?
The big thing.
What big thing?
Big thing.
Big fucking Tanaruk. Fucking big hand. Thing that they wanted me to, like,
Become?
yeah,
Thank you, Vulpix.
yeah, that thing. I'm only like a little one right now. Someday I'll be a big one. I hope. No, I'm just kidding. That sounds horrible. Those things are like demons. I just want to be a, wolf again.
You want to be reared?
Yeah. I'll be the best reared I can be.
You have done a very good job so far.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm a good boy?
Does his tail wag?
You just see like little tears in the edge of his eyes. I haven't been called a good boy in years.
Nesgrim, tell him.
You're a good boy, Riorda.
Oh, fuck you. He already said it, man. It's gotta be from the heart.
Riorda, I thought we shared something.
We're gonna share something.
Hold this.
I can hold it for you.
I'm about to share that ass.
There's one benefit to the Tanaruk.
It's got spikes.
You, me, and the Tanaruk makes 3.
Tanaruk in the sheets, reared in the
Yeah, no, he in the presence of this odor though, 100% just like drops to the ground in the area in which you're smelling that lineation of where the barrel would have dragged out, and he just like puts his nose to like the fucking cracks in the stone. You just see him like, oh, that's good stuff.
Could you track where this goes?
Fuck yeah.
Carefully, though. We do
No.
not wish to run into whatever dragged
I
this
only
out.
know one speed.
Fast.
That's love.
My name's Riorda Bobby.
Faster than the speed of love.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. We saw it back in the Great Hall.
Yeah.
Was it in the wall?
It was up in the hole.
The whole
It was a shadow, right?
Huh?
It was like the little hands that we saw, but big.
Right.
You need me to climb?
No.
I can go in the hole.
No.
No.
No. We do not want to find it.
Oh, all right.
The opposite.
I want to avoid
So,
it.
Okay.
Were we told that the Bahir
Here?
likes the mead? Is that
No. Balor told you guys that it liked feeding on the spiders and things of that.
And
Okay.
the spiders came for the sweetness of
Yes,
the
Spiders
came for
okay.
the sweetness.
Okay.
It ate the spiders. The delicious chain of life of Felfarthen.
Yeah, what
Spider get drunk, rat eat spider, spider drunk, lightning. There you go.
makes sense.
Right?
Adventurers explode rat.
Come on, guys.
It's all right there. I mean,
is a bear?
spiders eat explorers
Mhm.
to
What
feed
eats
the
rat
rats.
blood?
Mm-hmm. So we're not looking for the big.
trying to avoid it.
Yes.
Okay.
Which way does this trail go?
And he points out to the left, towards the area in which you guys would continue, and then it would turn to the right.
Great.
Well,
It's the way you guys are going.
Yes.
This is the way we need to go.
Yeah.
just give us a heads up if that smell gets incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Or stronger.
Yeah.
Up is still an option.
Yeah. What?
Is the
I think we have to go down.
What was up again? The market is up, correct?
No.
market
The,
is down?
the housing
The houses are
and
Housing was
the,
up.
the ore and gems
Right.
were being sent up.
We need
From here.
documents
Yeah,
from
we
the
need-
forge
Schematics, yes.
below. as well as the library, if anything that Balor said could be believed.
They aren't needs. Only the gems and ore.
The entrance that we came in did not seem like a main entrance. That was like the shipping entrance, right? We kind of
Yeah, it opened into like a thoroughfare.
yeah. So not one that like guests would have come in.
I mean, guests would have been able to come in, but it would imply that like it would be common merchants who might be frequently making trade. Again, that was why it is closed off, but the fucking thoroughfare, the northern room, literally led right to the Great Hall.
Right.
So it's like, you enter into the thoroughfare, if you continue north, you go right to the fucking Great Hall, and like everybody's here drunk and partying. You had the checkpoint for the guards to the right, left, you guys... Balor told you it was storage. We didn't look to the left, but like left was effectively drop-off point, right was guards, so if anybody was suspicious, caught thieving or doing anything along those lines coming in or out, guards were right there. The northern room was to be able to lead you to the Great Hall, to be able to have you go to either one of the ascending or descending shipping points.
Got it. Yeah, Ethir was trying to puzzle together the fact that if guests did not come in through that entrance, they would have to pass through the housing district to get to the market, which is weird.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's why this is built this way.
Sure.
This is like the recipient area.
All
Got
of
it.
the spots that Balor
This is
named,
receipt.
he named accurately to the map.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
This
totally knows
and
his way
this,
around.
Yep.
And this. And these.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Knowing that Balor was toying with us with the Behir, are we sure we trust his instruction for...
All the places that Balor named, he named accurately to the map, even before we had the map.
Sure.
That's what I was just saying.
Gotcha.
But no.
No, we can't guarantee it, but he
Yeah.
was not bluffing us, at least initially, on where
He did tell us
things
the
were.
market was down and we had seen, or market was down or up and we had found something to the opposite. I remember that.
We found something that could be interpreted as potentially implying the opposite, but we did not find something that said.
Sure.
He did.
Yes, the ledger indicated that there were things that were being received from down below that were going up.
Right.
It was gems and iron ingots. When you guys questioned him about it, he said that those are used as decorations for some people, like effectively the fucking wealthy, and that iron ingots were used in construction for large statues and pillars and things of that nature.
Sure.
Meaning, like, you're not going to just go up there and find a pile of iron ingots. You're also not going to, like, just walk in and it's not like every dwarf house has a dickload of gemstones.
Right.
Again, the thing that I will reiterate is, like, this is described as a city that is, like, 30 to 50,000 strong.
Sure.
The living quarters, like, you guys know that the mountain is 7,000 feet high. You guys entered at base level.
Yeah.
You know that there's 7,000 more feet to this if you were to begin to ascend. I will say that, like, if you want to go through hundreds of houses, 100% I can do that. That is going to require a lot of, oh my god, it's dark, investigating. It's going to take you a long time to go through that number of houses. But, like, we can do the 4 layers of homes. 100% whatever you guys choose to do, you can choose to do.
We do not have a lot of time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that is, again, the concern that I want to convey with up is not the danger that down presents in terms of possible hostilities that you guys have experienced, but there's also not danger up. If there's fucking ghosts and there's like 30,000 people that lived here and died, there might be a plethora of ghosts
And
upstairs.
they're probably not going to be happy that
There's
we're trying
going
to
to be
break their
pros and
houses.
cons to either expedition that you guys would attempt to undergo.
Taking my light ball and I'm going downstairs.
Yep. Continue on.
Yep.
The Lord did. He did warn us of the.
I go where the
Behir.
light taketh.
He didn't share all the information with us, but the Behir was a thing. He said that there were things further down.
He also led us into a trap with the shadow hands.
Mm-hmm. Just keep your
He
head on
didn't
the swivel.
lead you into the shadow hands. You guys saw the shadow hands, and
Fair,
somebody
yeah.
reached
Fair.
into it, and he watched and he smiled.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep your wits about you. Mind your footing.
You never implied that there wasn't danger.
Yeah, he also did genuinely tell you that the Pahir used thunder and lightning.
He said it was warmer or something around the library.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So just remember the things that he told us. Take them in stride. People can lie and still tell the truth at the same time.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, like when Don had asked me, it was like, no, I can't lie about literally everything, then you know to do the opposite. If I lie about literally everything as the deception guy, you just do the opposite thing because then you are certain of truth.
Right.
He told us about how long they had been dead, right?
Yes. Yeah, he said the year 7,999 was when what occurred.
Okay.
So it is 8,063, so 64 years approximately, give or take months.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
almost how long you've been alive.
Hello, DJ.
Hello.
Hi.
Cool. End of the hallway.
Sure.
Very good.
Yep.
Yeah, the hallway again, 10 feet, slightly widens out a little bit. There are areas in which it looks obviously as though this hallway previously was a little bit wider, and there are some caved-in areas on the right and left side of the view. You can see the natural cave formation behind the stone walls that are nicely constructed here. As you hit the turn, it goes 20 feet to the right, and then it opens up into a small chamber towards the right. You're able to see threshold chamber looks as though it is about 15 feet wide, so it would be like a P shape is the easiest description. Straight hallway ahead, chamber to the right, continues to the left. Approach said chamber, because again, you're going to pass it, so obviously I'm just going to expedite the process.
So it was
to
left the chamber?
to the right is to the chamber.
Yeah. Gonna keep an eye on the little bump out area
Cool.
to make sure there's nothing hiding there, hanging out.
Yeah, and in the walls, you mean? Yeah, no, you're able to see that it looks effectively just like, fragments and section of the wall kind of like burst outwards, and again, there are just small portions of rubble on the ground from what was the nice limestone constructed walls. The chamber to the right, as you guys approach it, it is a small, kind of effectively antechamber once more, indicating that this was probably once more a crossroads. You guys would see that there are small stall-like cubicles, indicating that there is obviously bathrooms, because things like that need to exist for there to be functioning and living human beings. But yeah, no, this looks like it is effectively just a small crossroads. You can see that in the P, the top of the P, looks as though it is a collapsed, caved-in chamber that would have once connected that way, but is now collapsed inward and is behind a sense of rubble. But you have the curve off at the height left of the P going northward. Continuing. I'm going to tell you that this doesn't really look like there's anything here. It looks like it's effectively just toilets and a crossroads.
Sure.
Cool.
I don't really need to examine the toilets.
I would hope not. But
You never know.
You never know,
You never
man.
know.
Like,
The DM would think that.
sometimes
And
people...
that's where the magic
Yeah, you know
items
what?
are.
Where's my loot? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's go loot the toilets!
right? You want to loot the toilet, you can loot the toilet.
There's not even
needs
shit in
toilets.
here. Damn it!
Yeah.
You just hear, get out.
I'm in here.
Please, I need privacy.
Someone's in here.
Occupied, occupied!
Please! Cool. So, as it bends to the left, it is a kind of harsh turn, but it's a slight curve. And then it goes about 10 feet forward, and then obviously harsh angles to the left. Once more opening up into a very large chamber. We have 60 feet of bright to 60 feet of dark. This is another area in which you guys are going to effectively be able to see the majority of the shit. So I will simply describe it as you approach it. This looks comparable to what you had seen previously in the Great Hall. However, it looks a bit more like the setup for the banquet-style tables. But this looks very nicely decorated. You're able to see that on the sides of the walls, there are decorative pieces of still intact large tapestries and paintings depicting various dwarves on like hunting expeditions and things like that. You can see that a few of them look as though they are paintings of veneration towards the miners. You're able to see that some of them look like they are ascending and scaling the mountainside. So you see pitons with rope stretched in and a dwarf like buried in fucking snow, barely like his little fucking hat poking out from the snow as he's singular large gloved hand against one of the peak sides of the mountain. But it looks like it's a very long, about 65 to 70 foot long room with a singular long table and nice chairs. So think royal, but not quite nice nobility. So a very nice dining hall. You can see that again on the table. There are a variety of utensils, silverware, and other belongings. So what would be considered belongings in my eyes are like, candles. You can see that there are small sets of what look like dice and other things like that, tipped over cups where there are stained portions of what would be the long, like tabernacle style mat that would run the length of a royal red fabric with gold filigree and like the extending fabric threads at the edges. Table doesn't really look destroyed, but it definitely looks as though it's in a state of disarray. You can see that some of the plates and things like that are upturned. You can see the silverware kind of scattered, clang down over over the nice chairs and things of that nature. But it looks long, and you can see that it opens up into another hallway that extends to the left. And at the very back end of the room, you can see that there is another hallway, so it would split almost like a Y shape. You can see that the back right corridor, again, looks as though it is collapsed in. I do not know whether or not anyone wants to do inside the dining hall. Anything at all.
Would any of these place settings looked like they were moved in a sense of like if they were lined up on the table and I stand up rapidly and push to like get away from something?
Would there be the jarring
or is
movement?
it just random?
No, I would tell you that you would be able to see signs of things like that specifically. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like you would be able to see that even in some of the areas, some of the larger tall chairs, you would see they are effectively upturned, like having been knocked back over, laying strewn on their sides.
Sure, so people rapidly attempting to get up from the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of these place settings look as if they were perhaps amidst a meal, and the people rose rather suddenly to flee from something, perhaps, or towards something. The way they are moved around and the chairs fallen over.
Maybe that flash that he was talking about earlier could have been a warning
Yes.
before their fate befell them.
As it appears they left in quite a hurry.
Yes. There's no bones or anything in this room, right?
Nope.
Okay. And you said there's like the two rooms at the end? Like they
It looks like it would be a Y-shaped hallway, so the room would conclude. You would have had one this way. This one to the right is rubble and collapsed. The one to the left looks like it bends harshly down to the left.
Are the chairs pushed back and upturned in an angle suggesting one of the doorways to which they were leading to? Like if I'm going to push away from the table here to get up fast to go that way, it's going to go this way?
Yes, they would be angled towards the hallway to the right.
Okay.
I'm going to go inspect these tapestries and
Sure.
look behind them and see if there's anything behind them.
Real big.
Okay.
Like 10 foot, 7 foot.
Oh.
Real fucking big.
Yeah.
Like wall size.
Got it.
You know?
I'll
Yeah, use that 5 strength.
try to ripple so I can get a look as it waves down.
Sure.
Oh, the
With
dust!
my 5 strength, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you. You give a good wave to one of the couple tapestries, and again, a couple of them are paintings, but behind the tapestries, you just see limestone walls.
Okay.
You can see that there's definitely a discrepancy in the discoloration of the stone, because obviously
Yeah,
this
since
has
they're
been
covered.
covering this for some time.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would
wants to do anything.
walk to the end of one of the tables.
One big long table.
Walk to the end of the table, sorry.
Yeah.
Just look down under it, straight toward the other side. See if anything looks off or out of place.
Cool. Make a perception check.
Oh, finally a good roll tonight. Yay. That's a dirty 20.
Cool. Yeah, no, you see that underneath the table, it looks maybe about 25. So, again, table is like 40-ish feet in length. So around 20 to 25 feet underneath the table, you can see what looks like a large, like, spill-sized, like, puddle of a dark liquid. Again, dim light. This is under a table that is wide enough that the light from the drift globe is not going to be underneath.
Sure. Turn my shield and point my shield down it.
Cool. Yeah, no, you absolutely look at it, and it looks like it's a big puddle of a brownish splotch liquid. About yay thick, about yay big.
Looks like they might have spilled a lot of ale down the table. There's a pretty big puddle under the table still.
That would make sense with.
Why would it still be fresh?
Okay, liquid?
Yes.
I'm gonna look up.
Yeah. Ceilings in here are only about 25-ish feet in height. Continuous. No damage or degradation to any of the stone on the height. No holes or anything like that. No scorch marks. No real webs or anything. Looks pretty uniform in here. As though this area specifically didn't really suffer from the same effects.
Can I sniff the liquid?
From where you are standing, or do you want to get closer to the liquid
I'll
to get a good smell?
Closer to the liquid.
Sure. How close would you like to get to the liquid?
80 feet.
Does like one of those snow fox jumps head first.
Yeah, I mean, again, table is about 20 feet wide, so if it's in a center portion, it's again pretty big.
Yeah, probably like 5. Like, I'll go over to where Nesgrim is.
Yeah. Yeah, Nesgrim is at one end of the table. It is about 20 feet into the center of the table.
Yeah, I would point it out to her as she came over.
Yeah. Do you want to crawl under the table towards the liquid, or do you want to stand at the edge of the table,
I'll
kneel
stand
down,
at
and
the edge
smell
of
the
the
liquid?
table.
You stand at the edge of the table. You can make your perception check.
Those are bad. 10.
10. I mean, it smells comparable to you of old blood, but strangely still viscous and liquidy, almost like it's a syrupy
Gonna
texture.
scurry away. Like,
So
backwards.
uncertain as to whether or not it's that the blood has like mixed with something else that is functioning as like a preservative, like a delicious blood jam.
Ooh.
Right?
Blood pudding.
Ugh.
I'm gonna back away from it
Sure,
quickly.
sure.
Rirda?
Yeah,
I'm gonna just sniff at him.
you're kind of wet.
Into his mind, not me, you idiot.
Don't be hurtful.
Like,
Don't be stupid.
You are wet though.
You guys don't hear me say anything, but I'm gesturing. I know.
You guys just see feeling this.
Fuck! Come on, man! Talking about what we were talking about earlier. Do you smell it?
Ah, the weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it that?
No. No, it's still left.
It's left
It goes into the rubble.
into the rubble.
Yeah.
That's better. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You haven't had any more to drink, right?
No, I'm still pretty tanked though.
Okay, just take it easy.
Always.
Maybe go ask Ethir for rations.
Ethir's got more rations?
Probably.
And he just like bounds over.
Hello,
I'm
Rirda.
hungry. Come on, man. I had like 2 of those whatevers.
Yes, here you go.
Oh,
Another ration.
just devours all of it. Like rips through the cloth and just like
a
throws
day's
it over.
worth.
Yeah.
So do I hear him point out this rubble?
Yeah, you see the rubble, and you would definitely hear him point out the rubble, that indicating that the smell went in that direction.
Does it look comparable to the cave rubble from our good friend Adelston? Like there might be a giant living hiding under there.
I mean, I can't tell you a thing like that. I can tell you that it looks like a big pile of fucking stones.
Cool.
Adelston looked like a big pile
Yeah.
of stones. There was not a telltale, like, those are giant rocks.
Sure.
They're rocks. He was in the rocks.
Sure.
The rocks were moving.
Perhaps
Yeah,
a
so you
sign
want to
that
see
says
whether or not the
rock,
rocks
sweet
are
rock.
moving. You can 100% approach the rocks.
Yes, I'm gonna walk in the direction of the rocks.
Okay.
I'm going to also tell someone that is what I'm doing.
Please don't let me
And that's
die.
my logic and
Who
reasoning.
are you telling?
Yeah.
Probably Felix, because I would have been standing next to you.
Shit.
Felix, I think there might be another one of our friends in there.
They're just gonna.
Vorst, I think there might be another friend in there.
I'm gonna look at Forrest and go.
Well, if there is, he's probably sleeping, and we've seen how they can get if they're woken up.
Yes.
Probably.
Uh,
I have no means of going and fetching food for him right now.
I understand.
Another big rock friend.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I liked that guy.
Yes.
It was really cool.
I at least want to get closer so I can see if the rocks are moving. I will not scream or anything to make him wake up.
You can promise me that.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I'm gonna walk in the direction of the rubble to take a peek.
Sure. You make an investigation check.
18.
Yeah, it looks like a big old pile of rocks. You don't see any sensation of like the comparable vibration or rumbling or any sense of movement. You don't hear any hints of breathing or anything along those lines.
Okay.
It's definitely a very big pile of rubble, though.
I'm gonna get closer
Sure.
and see if I can feel a.
Smell him.
Well, sure, but also to see if I can see if there's like a draft of any kind coming through to like if this is blocking an opening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a door that's blocked by.
Like a hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. There's the sensation of, as you get very close to the rock, you can feel kind of like this, sputtering against your face of whatever, obviously not like wind, but
Just
you'd be able
pressure.
to tell that like there would be a relief of pressure
Sure.
through some of the fragments and cracks in the rock
Okay.
within the rubble. Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna walk back over to my friends. There's a hole or a hallway behind that stone.
That would make sense for the opening leading to it.
Yes.
And perhaps the scent could be drifting through the rubble.
Yes.
Whatever
Possibly.
lies on the other side. Maybe he didn't pass through there, but it could be on the other side of there.
Yes.
I think we should follow the other hallway.
Yes.
I
No
agree.
sense digging out a hall.
No.
Keep your eyes open.
Whatever
guys-
left behind this puddle, if it is still fresh, might still be present.
Yes. What was it that you found?
I'm gonna make a huff sound and point at it.
Did you notice anything?
Yeah, it's just brown liquid. That's all I got.
Strange.
I'm gonna point my nose at the puddle.
Mm-hmm. Same odor for you.
Yeah. It smells bloody.
So it's a bloodle.
Blood on the mud, perhaps.
Got it.
We're just getting wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we carry on?
Yeah. Perhaps if this thing did leave this behind, he could have dripped more. Which could also be a telltale sign for the rest of you who can't smell as well.
Would be very strange for something to
Bleed through the
bleed
table.
only under a table and nowhere else.
Does there appear to be any sort of staining on top of the table where approximately where the puddle is?
No.
Maybe it was sleeping under the table.
Possibly
Only blood under the table.
could have possibly came up.
What is the floor made of?
It is again kind of like a granite stone laid together.
Smooth or brick?
Brick, but pretty smooth.
Okay.
Like.
And the puddle is on the stone.
Mm-hmm.
And thick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Viscous.
I have a dice set.
Yeah.
Pick the roundest one I can
Sure.
and just kind of roll it across the floor. Does it
Into the puddle.
not into the puddle, but just like in a direction
Near the puddle.
near the puddle to see if it like careens, if it's if there's an indentation where the pull where it's pulling.
Please make a dexterity check. Because I mean, you're a dexterous man.
Nice.
I'm not.
I know, DJ. I'm being an asshole.
It's a 3, John.
Oh my goodness.
Near the puddle.
You like bonk,
I'll
like
settle this.
clatter. You all watch as Nesgrim just pulls this weird little die out. And yeah, I'll say that it bounces and it splashes into the puddle. So I will tell you that for anybody who cooks frequently with things that have different fat contents inside of a liquid, you'll have that collective viscous thick layer of a fat that will separate at the height of it that you usually separate out. It is that kind of thickness. So like as it hits, it's like a sludge where the dye stops as soon as it strikes it.
Like gravy that's been separated.
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, God.
And you just watch it lightly wiggle. Like a reverberating, stationary wave, but you can see it wiggle.
Just imagining the scene from Fight Club where they're retrieving the bags of fat.
Yes. Effectively. Yeah.
Nesgrim, do not
Must make soap.
touch that. You said there were other dice sets in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple on the table. Yeah,
I'm gonna get a
absolutely.
replacement for his die that he just threw into the untouchable sludge.
I'm gonna take a set.
Sure. Yeah, you're gonna add a set of dice.
Sweet.
Thank you. I didn't mean to hit it. Just checking
I
to see if
know.
the floor was angled.
This is a good plan.
What did it do?
When it hit the liquid, it just stopped. And the liquid kind of
That is
Jiggle.
very strange.
it jiggled. It was odd.
And it smells like blood.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just leave that alone now.
What if somebody just melted there?
If that's something that you guys have seen before.
I'm just hypothesizing because there's no
Is
blood
that something
anywhere
that you
else.
think you would have?
Spontaneous melting.
Spontaneous combustion.
We know people can combust, technically.
I don't know whether or not in your experience you've ever witnessed or heard of somebody spontaneously combusting.
God,
Yeah,
I
no
wish.
quantum mechanics.
I
got
will let
Someone changed from a solid to a liquid.
yeah, right. I'll tell you that like Felix can have a history roll to determine whether or not that looks like a liquefied person.
Liquid human check. Let's go.
18.
Yeah. It looks
Like
as
somebody was
though-
maybe hiding under
as-
there and then.
Correct. As though an individual who chose not to go was hidden beneath here, and as recompense for their cowardice was liquefied. Bones and all.
Don't do that to me, John.
I'm just gonna
Put
say
some of that in a
that.
bottle.
So wait, this is soup
I'm gonna say that.
that
And
you
I'll,
could possibly drink during the day?
I'll pause before I tell everyone that
Yeah.
it's possible, and then I'll.
People can melt? What the fuck?
They
can
they
do
can
it.
burn.
They can do
f-
anything you put
freeze.
your mind to.
Do you think you could use that?
It's technically got bone.
Is that what
That's
Adrian
what
meant?
I'm asking.
I do not think so.
It could be interesting.
You can't huff human sauce?
It could be, but it would probably put out the fire.
You normally use some amount of a blood thing, yes?
Yes.
This is like Premium.
Oh,
Pre-liquefied dwarf.
it's like a smoothie, dude. Come on,
It's reusable because you only have to boil it.
right?
Is this what Adrian meant when he said I'd make a wonderful poultice?
Perhaps. I'm just saying it's still liquid.
Yes.
You could perhaps find something to contain it in. Who knows what it could be worth? You don't find this sort of thing every day.
That is true.
That's gonna be what it's called in your inventory.
Dwarf gravy.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
That could be something else too.
No, that's rubble. We've established that's rubble. Oh, I'm gonna combust.
Gives new meaning to getting sauced.
My combustion is happening.
Do we have anything to contain part of this person in?
No. I mean, are there bowls and plates around?
Don't we just
Just ladle the person into a bowl.
Just get like a gravy dish.
What are we doing it now? I don't know. We didn't think this through.
gravy boat?
There's a literal gravy boat.
We're in the dining room.
Yeah, no,
Are there any bottles or anything on
yeah,
the
there's
table?
definitely bottles. There's a nice glass bottle. There's also a beautiful gravy boat.
Take the dwarf gravy.
So do I.
You want to take them an empty bottle?
I'm gonna take it in the bottle, but I'm gonna put the bottle in the gravy boat.
Okay. So you,
Yeah, to make it secure.
sure. So you have a genie lamp with a fucking bottle in it. Sure.
You rub it and it just goes, oh my god, gravy!
How can you forget the gravy?
The pain!
Nesgrim, if you wouldn't mind carrying this.
Carrying my...
Are you going to go collect this? Because again, it's a big puddle. Just because you have a bottle doesn't mean you have to use some kind of apparatus
Mr. Frodo.
to
Yeah,
bury the liquid into the bottle.
A spoon.
yeah. I'll get like a plate
ladle,
and a
if you
spoon
will.
and-
Oh my god!
What did you say?
Okay, you get a spoon, you get your genie bottle, and you crawl onto the ground. You crawl under the table towards the puddle of dwarf soup man.
Yes.
Yeah?
And as respectfully as I can possibly muster,
With my condolences, of course.
please let the spoon break.
I'll make an investigation check.
It was a fancy bottle. It's okay.
17.
Top shelf.
Oh, Andy. All right. Man, you get right up into this thing, and you get like 2-3 feet away, and you see the mass that is this soup goop. Soup goop. Real dense, viscous, fucking brown sludge-like blood with pools of bubbling fat, like, you know, again, little fucking
Yeah,
pools.
like little islands.
Yes, effectively to areas where during the convergence of fucking goo pile,
Yep.
it kind of naturally has different densities. Man, I'm real sorry it was a 17.
Oh no.
You get like 2-3 feet away from this thing. You kind of gesture the bottle and position it, and you get the spoon. And right as the like lid of the bottle touches it, and you dip the spoon in, and you start to slide and scoop some of this into the mouth of the bottle, I'm going to say that you let out a slight breath indicating your presence. Please roll initiative. Oh.
Everyone or just on?
I mean, you guys are probably watching the gravy collection.
Yeah, of course. With bated breath.
This is the most excited I've ever been.
I'll be honest, I would have been looking at the paintings in the room.
That's fine. I will not have you. You'll still roll initiative. I will say for the first round of combat, you're going to be effectively surprised.
18.
Oh my.
Well, I'm also gonna go vape.
That's good. You can do that.
Do I use my initiative or bear initiative?
Bear initiative, because it's strength, dex, and con are bear.
I'm an 11, by the way.
Cool, give me 1 second. DJ is an 11.
I'm also
Same.
an 11.
I'm also
You
an
can
11.
go first. Oh, well, I guess then we got a heads up then, huh?
Okay, all right.
3. 5.
On the die?
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Paul, DJ, Lawrence.
Yep.
Cool. Don,
18.
Glenn,
15.
Sarah.
3.
Oh my. Thank you for failing. Investigation. Yay.
Couldn't just leave the goo.
Yeah, we wanted to collect the goo.
I could have just walked away from it.
It could have followed.
Or it might have stayed there.
Help me! Put me in a bottle! Put me in a bottle!
Whoops, wrong.
He didn't say it was the goo. He didn't say. Now he said it.
Turns out it is in fact the goo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna theater of the mind this one because it's such an awkward
Yeah,
space.
sure.
We're fucking
Oh,
under the
you're
table.
also prone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
strength boy. Yeah, so I mean, as your spoon touches the goo and begins to slide and shuffle this thing, because I truly love the visual of this, I want to show you what it actually looks like. Because I think you'll appreciate what's going to eat you. As it begins to bubble, as you touch it, the fat looks like it congeals and conjoins in an area, and it looks as though it kind of becomes this bulbous, winding, wriggling thing.
Oh my god. I
boy.
hate that so
That's
much.
the worst.
Uh-huh.
Oh
that
god.
looks like
Don, look at its face.
No, I don't want it. Oh, it's like a goo centipede, and I hate
That thing
It-
definitely could have followed us.
I get like really specific memories looking at that, and I can't quite place what weird childhood
like the
movie
fucking.
I saw.
It's like the fucking caterpillar from.
This is
Yes.
a
Alice in
slithering
Wonderland.
tracker.
Yeah.
If you want to look this one up, because I love its visuals.
No.
With a name like that, it couldn't have followed
Yeah, the
us.
slithering tracker.
No way.
Yeah, sure could have.
You know, okay.
Probably would
There's
have.
this children's show about like
It's okay.
spiders
I
and
would
bees
have done it.
and stuff, like bugs. And there
It didn't
is
take much to
like
convince
a
Google slithering
there's like
tracker.
a
Here you go, DJ.
Maybe you can collect it once it's set. Might still be useful.
Sure!
You want to say?
Fuck.
Is that what that's what we're fighting?
That's what's gonna eat
Why'd you
me.
get near that?
That's Grady Boy.
I just told you it might be a melted person.
Mm-hmm.
After looking at paintings.
Oh, it's a melted person indeed.
this thing. That's what it reminds me of.
Cursed bloop. Can't wait to collect this thing after it's dead.
Oh.
I mean, now we have to commit, right? Like,
Yeah.
gotta commit.
Well, at least got to commit enough to get him out from under the table.
It reminds me of that.
All right. Well,
It's chilly outside.
Yeah.
all right. I will. What's your passive perception?
22.
Cool. I will say that you are not surprised by it. You didn't know it was a thing, though. So, like, you're perceptive enough to where, like, as it begins to form, you realize it's bad, so you're not surprised.
You see it move and go, oh no.
This would happen.
I'm going to... God damn it.
This
yeah.
would happen to me. Damn.
It's sadly me, because with failing the investigation check, giving advantage on initiative is a really fun mechanic.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's me. You're a
Stare at
creature
that
that's
nightmare.
larger, smaller, right?
Yes.
Please make a dexterity saving
What's
throw.
this thing called?
Slithering Tracker.
Okay. 17.
17.
Yep.
Yeah. So I will say, thank God I let you not be surprised.
I'm very perceptive.
I don't know if you know.
But I'm very
I couldn't perceive this to be a threat, but
I didn't see this coming, but
Cool, so a 15 on the attack roll.
That hits.
A 15 is going to hit. You are not going to be grappled, which is great.
It is.
It's really great.
It is very
So
great.
this thing, effectively, as it forms and lurches forward, and you watch as, you know those slow drips that you'll get that'll congeal down and then slowly drop back off, reform at its puzzling base at this mass, and in the central portion of it, almost like a centrifuge, as it forms up like a vortex. It just lulls out this horrible fucking mass from its mouth that looks like a fucking tongue. It attempts to just latch onto you by wriggling its tongue around your body. You fucking recoil in horror. Can you please check to see if prone gives you disadvantage on dexterity saving throws? No. And I also roll my...
I feel like it does.
I feel like it shouldn't because you can roll.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't.
Oh, I didn't see the body it was attached to.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wait,
not
what?
actually in this attached
Yeah.
to a body. That is the way that they are created.
It does not.
Yeah,
It doesn't? Cool. Awesome. So yes, you're still fine on the grapple. On the advantage on the attack roll, do not crit you. So yeah, you're able to slide out of the fucking way from this tongue. As you slither to the side, it fucking whips the lower portion of its body, almost like a rubber banding snake, and slaps into the side of you. We'll roll the old bludgeoning damage. Wow. 4.
Angry bow.
As this just cracks into the side of your body, striking into your shoulder and your arm as you are here with these items in your belonging. And yeah, that is my turn. Thank God you're not grappled, buddy. That is super fortunate. That is me. Next is you.
Yep.
Don't look at each
I'm gonna immediately just sacred flame it.
Sure. Dex save for me.
Yep.
How dexterous is a pile of goop?
Well, since it can shape itself like that,
And it's called a tracker. Probably pretty.
16.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. It just passes.
Cool.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Yeah, you reach out towards this thing and try to call upon some bathing radiant light. Roll your burnout die as well.
10, we're good.
10? Cool.
Yeah.
You don't burn out. You extend your palm up, let go, I'm assuming, of the bottle and the gravy boat, and just try to recoil
Yep.
away from this thing as you attempt to bathe it in radiant light. It slides to the side and nothing occurs. Anything else for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Slide away from me?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to take the opportunity attack.
Yep.
You are still prone. Yeah, it's a 17 on the die.
Are you still prone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's still under the table.
Oh.
Yeah, once he's out of the table. 11 bludgeoning damage, buddy. As you go to recoil once more, you pull your hand back and you go to push off the ground to get out of here as quickly as you can. your head lightly lowers, and it just full on smacks the back of your spine, the back of your head, crashes you down slightly, but you're able to make your movement out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scrambling backwards.
Yeah, no, you're able to crawl to 7-8 feet out and stand using half your movement, but that'll be the entirety of your movement. You might have 5 feet left if you want to get 5 feet away from the fucking table.
Yes.
That's it for you?
Yeah.
Cool. We go to Glenn.
Woo! So he's out from under the table now.
Correct, yeah.
Cool. The table itself is it's a nice table.
Yes.
Is it stone or wood? Or
Wood.
It's wood?
Mm-hmm.
How thick does it look?
The table?
Shit.
Yay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, to be able to support the weight of so many things on the height of
yeah.
it would definitely have to be a very thick, 3-4 inch thick table.
Yeah, I'm gonna point at the gravy boat and flick it towards the thing, and I'm gonna catapult it.
Sure. Deck save for me.
Yep.
Get in.
12.
12 is the DC.
So I pass. Yeah, you said the gravy boat?
Yep.
Yeah, you look down, you see the thing kind of spindling as this horrifying conglomeration of a congealed blood and fat substance just liquefies up, assumes a form. You yeet the gravy boat at it, and it slithers and recoils and then reforms as the gravy boat passes right through and shatters against the wall behind it.
Fuck.
Roll your burnout on catapult.
Oh yeah, true.
Don't burn out.
D10, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
9, we're good.
Cool. Yeah. Thankfully don't burn out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stand back ready with my sword.
Cool.
I want to see this thing come out under the table first before I run it and at it.
Okay. Cool. So the tie was Paul, then DJ, then Lawrence, correct? Cool. So then it would go to Paul.
I'm no longer looking at the paintings.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Yep. Yeah, your first turn in combat would be effectively surprise condition. Turn concludes, no longer surprised. Goes to DJ.
Top of this table.
Yeah.
It's made from wooden planks that are laid side by side.
Yeah.
How much of a gap is there between each?
Between the planks, very minimal.
Thinner than a sword blade?
Yes, but also you can try. I would also give it some kind of benefit for cover. Even though cover is traditionally for range, that's a really awkward striking angle, you know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't have a good downward thrust.
It's just tired of peeing down, you know?
Tired of peeing down? Try flow loft. For those days you want to pee up.
He'll grab you.
No!
He grabs you every combat.
I know!
He just wants a hug.
Right? Come on, dude. It's a gravy dwarf.
No!
Don't hug me.
Does it have
I don't want the
dwarven
Thanksgiving
face?
dwarf.
Yeah, it would definitely have, a mostly melted, kind of sagging, extended dwarven face. It wouldn't have any of the facial hair or anything like that. That would have
got blood
100%
beard.
been. Yeah,
Made
I
of
mean,
blood.
It's cranberry sauce.
that's also.
There you go.
So we'll go with that.
He just jiggles.
What are you doing, Nesgrim?
I'm gonna pull out a bag of caltrops.
Cool.
Gonna climb on the table.
Uh-huh.
I can lay them in a 5-foot, cover a square area that is 5 feet on a side.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to lay it 5 feet. So if we're on this side of the table, it's in the middle. I'm gonna lay it as far as I can this way. So 5 feet this way.
Okay. So on the side away from you guys?
Yes,
Correct.
on the opposite side.
Cool.
Basically, my goal there is if it tries to escape out the other side,
Sure. It has to go through the caltrops.
right, and then try to force it out to us.
Cool. Absolutely.
That'll be my action.
The only things that run in combat are you.
Cool.
And then that
It's not
would. Does that it's a bag of 20? It doesn't say how many I need to cover. Is it all 20?
All
It
20
would
for the
consume them all.
5x5 area.
Sure. So that would be my action.
Mm-hmm. Bonus action.
Bonus action.
You gotta hit him with it.
Can we get a hashtag bonus action in the chat, please?
Bonus.
Boneless action.
Boneless action.
I
hate that.
Right?
Like my actions, like I like my wings, boneless.
Get out. Boneless wings in this household.
Flats on it. It was a joke, okay? Jeez.
Flats on it.
I
The
don't
fancy chicken nuggets.
think I have any bonus action.
Cool.
So instead, I would just climb back over the table to the original side that I started on.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
And
It's,
then
it's not like it's such a high table that would consume all of your movement. So yeah, I'll say that you can do that. Cool. Lawrence.
It looked like it was pursuing Ethir in terms of attacking him. It looked
Yeah.
like it. It
Well,
didn't
as
look
he
like.
moved away, it slammed him.
Yeah. So it looked like it wanted to.
In
It
the
looks
old-
aggressive.
Yeah. Very hostile.
Hostile
gonna-
gravy.
Bonus action cast Branding Smite on my sword.
Cool.
I'm not going to burn out.
Cool.
And then I'm going to get next to Ethir and I'm going to hold my action to attack it if it comes out from under the table.
Cool. Good. Rirda is also surprised. Concludes Rirda's turn. We go to Sarah.
I'm going to.
Fuck! Dwarf gravy! Nice!
That'll go good in my next round.
Right?
I'm going to do the same thing as Yahlumlo and I guess like triangle formation, flank Ethir
Like Ethir.
on the other side. And
Save the boy.
ready my
He's
action.
so weak.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys stab him.
Attack this thing.
Cool. What would you attack
Eat
it
the
with?
gravy.
What was that?
No, I'm still a bear.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't really want to bite this thing.
probably.
Don't want to fight this?
You've melted orcs.
Just paw at it a little bit.
Right.
Tap it.
Give it the mean beans.
I mean,
I'm sorry, what?
Push a cup off a table.
Give it the mean beans.
She's a bear.
Okay. They do have beans, I guess.
yeah,
They're just really big.
they're big beans.
Yeah.
Lima beans. They're huge.
Break me off a piece of those big boys.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
the big boy beans.
I'm not gonna not use one of my
Make us
attacks.
beans.
So I guess I'll.
You get multi.
Yeah, I'll ready my multi attack.
Cool. Alright.
Or as soon as this thing.
Yeah, leaves the space of the table and
Yeah.
gets in range of you. You're gonna claw it and bite it.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. That's it for you. Come back to the top of the order to me, baby. Mmm. And there's a delicious looking Ethir in front of me.
Also, a whole bear.
It knows better than to
Poke the bear.
grapple a bear. Donnie boy.
Saying he can think.
Ethir does look weak.
You know those, yes, genuinely, you
Yeah.
look weak, you look feeble. This is a moderately intelligent creature, so yeah. Make that ye old deck save for me, please.
Oh!
Let's say that.
6.
Oh! Don't say that!
Yeah, 6.
Okay, so yeah, this thing is gonna slither its old wiggly bottle out. You two get your attack actions.
That's 14 for one of them. I'm sorry, 15 for the claw.
We'll hit.
It was 18 and then it pinged over to the 2.
Mine is also 15.
We'll hit.
I'm gonna roll the claw damage first, and then I'll roll to see if I hit with the bite attack.
Cool.
In case this thing
Brandon?
melts my hand. So that's 8 points of slashing damage. And then that's a 10 for the bite attack. That's probably for the best.
True.
It's 15 total damage. It's 7 from the sword and 8 from the branding smite, which is radiant. and the target becomes visible if it's invisible, sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius, and can't become invisible until the spell ends.
Cool. 1 minute.
1 minute.
Cool.
Concentration.
Cool. And you said it was radiant damage for
Radiant
the second
damage.
half?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll say that this thing gives the old wiggle out from under the table towards a delicious Mr. Ethir. And then, oh my god, kill it real fast! Moving! Oh my god! And yeah, the bear claw gets into one of the, again, gelatinous sides, and as you rip it, like, you see it separate, and again, and that same sensation where if you were to drip, like, brownie batter from a fucking spatula, that really condensed, congealed, horrible blood coalesced, drips out as you rip a portion of this thing out from it. Sections of it drip over it, and it looks almost like it reforms. Again, thinner. And then two-handed, you said, with the longsword? Yeah, again, same thing where you fucking crack down at this thing. It slithers and slightly goes to the side so you don't strike the head, but you cleave off a large portion of this. The radiant light from the, pale blue aura that emanates out from the blade, it's kind of, again, severs and looks like it sears, and you get like a bit of a singe sensation of like ashy smoke that kind of bathes off of this thing, but its tongue just like a fucking frog just grips out at Ethir and wraps around your throat. You are absolutely grappled. Both of you so thankfully declared your reactions as things that occurred when it left the table. That's good. I am not going to hit you with the slam attack. It's a 2 on the die. You are grappled. That is the end of my turn. It goes to you, correct? Yay. Oh, wrong boys.
Oh boy.
At the beginning of your turn, take 11 necrotic damage. As this thing, while it's lassoed around your throat, just pulses, squeezing around your neck, and you guys see this life, just the color seep out of Ethir, almost like a parasitic draining of your blood, and this thing pulses in the tongue as it pulls it back into itself. It's your turn. Yeah, you can give a little
I'm gonna cure wounds.
roll your burn out though. Get.
4. Fine.
My burnout bones.
Alright, I heal myself for 10.
Cool. Does it require a verbal component? Because forgive me, while you are grappled, you are specifically restrained and you are unable to breathe. I will say that again, we will function off the same rules where we have been going by. You were able to catch a breath. You're going to have the 5 rounds worth of breathing.
Alright. Yeah, so I can't do that.
It requires a verbal component.
It do.
Cure wounds does?
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that, like, it can 100% be your first thought as you go to, you realize it's so constricting that you cannot breathe, meaning you cannot speak.
Just checking for verbal components all the way down the list.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What can I do without talking?
Fuck.
I'm
Range
gonna
casters, am I right?
I'm gonna reach for my bone sword at my side and stab into it.
Uh-huh. Very good.
Is that a stabby stab or a slicey slice?
It's an 18 on the die.
18 on it.
For 6 points of piercing damage.
You're going to stab with it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you feel this thing wrapped around your throat, You see the extending tongue out back towards the main body, and you reach in, unsheath your short sword, your bone short sword, and you plunge the end of it into this, again, slightly central mass, and as you do, you pull your blade out, and you see it kind of like stick to it for a moment as it like rips and extends the central portion out of it before it eventually unleashes and like flubber like rebounds back and just spills out onto the ground.
Yep.
Not nightmare flubber.
Right? Cool.
That's it for me.
Yeah. We pop on over to Paul.
Great. So I see this thing choking the shit out of Ethir.
Oh yeah, you're 15. Forgive me.
Sorry.
No, you're totally okay.
Yeah, it squeezed itself back under the table, or is it
It's
still
not under the table. It has emerged from the
Okay,
table
so the
because
side of the table?
Correct. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to take a wide berth to run around.
Mm-hmm.
As I do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna come around and I'm just gonna jump up on the table so I can get behind it and stab down into it.
I will say that at the positioning again, because this is a theater of the mind, they had flanked Ethir in front of him. You would be able to get to the back of him, and you guys would have full force for flanking. Just so you know, if you're on the table.
Yeah.
So advantage in the +5.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm stabbing right down into his head to really.
It did not take much convincing.
No,
said
I'm,
+5.
I mean, I'm sorry for what's
Did.
about to happen.
It's okay.
So am I.
Do you know what this
26.
does?
Yes. Yes, it hits.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm stabbing directly down into it. not
You may roll
around
your
it.
damage.
Yeah, it's only 8.
Only
8.
Yeah.
Yeah. You plunge your down into this.
Yeah, as like-
longsword, correct?
Because if I'm up, I'm gonna try and go straight down
Yeah.
as to not like slash towards him.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it
He's
does that.
enveloped, yeah.
It does that, absolutely. And as it does, and your blade strikes into this thing, you feel it squeeze! You take 4 points of necrotic damage. I take 4 points of slashing.
How much do you
How is
want?
it looking?
Bloody.
I also look real bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he sure does.
Uh-huh.
You looked real bad before all this started, right?
Not as bad as he looks now.
I looked fine before I got hit by it.
Uh-huh. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Paul?
All right, so choking him even more. Got it.
Yep.
I guess if I have to use a bonus action, I'll try and create a telepathic connection with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just speak to it.
You're capable.
I'm capable. Okay.
Correct.
Let's say let go, and then I will.
In what language?
You said it looks like a dwarf.
Correct.
Yeah, so I would say in dwarvish.
Sure. Absolutely.
And
Yeah, you say let go, it can't respond. It would just kind of
oh, it
out loud.
gargles. Great.
Uh-huh.
I'll psychic blast for 3 side points.
Mhm.
So I'll roll burnout.
Mhm.
D10.
Mm-hmm.
Please no burnoutio. That is a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good.
Mhm.
9. So that is going to be 17 psychic damage.
Cool.
Sorry, Dom.
You watch as this thing just bubbles and twists and drags up your throat, and again the life in Ethir, the coloration. You take 8 and I take 8.
I'm down.
And that will conclude my turn.
Very good. You watch as Ethir just, again, as this thing coils around his neck and squeezes, goes limp in this thing's tongue. To you, DJ.
Does it continue to hold on after that?
It absolutely does.
John, why?
What do you mean, why?
I can't hit it.
I'm not saying you can't hit it.
Cut off the tongue.
Which would damage it.
But also Ethir.
Mm-hmm.
And
Use reverse psychology. Heal it. Make it feel better.
John, you've put me in a hell of a situation right here.
You? I'm about to die!
What would you like to do, DJ?
I think he's telling me to steal third.
That's what it was, right?
Go home, go home!
Slide it home!
I'm gonna
Curveball.
I'm gonna reach under the table and reach for any part of Ethir that I can touch.
He's not under the table. He is outside of the table. He is standing, limp in its arms, 5 feet off of the table. 5 feet away from the table.
Sure. I'm gonna run over to Ethir then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Cool. Roll your burnout die.
It's a 4. We're
You're
good.
Roll your health.
You take 12 points of healing. I cap the die.
You take 12 points of healing.
So it's my action.
I got merciless.
The transfer's all in the squeeze. You said it is bloodied.
Yes.
And
It's just
Real goopy. Just
I have no bonus action, so I think as my bonus action, I'm gonna stand there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to keep a tight grip on Ethir's hand or any part of him that I can hold on tightly to, so you don't start to get sucked back under the table.
Sure. That's fine. I think that's a cool idea.
I'm gonna put my shield like somewhere near the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Anything else on your turn?
That's gonna be it.
All right. Lawrence.
Alright. I'm going to. You said it's like body is here and it's like tongue wrapped around his neck.
Yeah, I mean, he's still within. It is still within 5 feet of Ethir. It is just the tongue is attached at that length between its body and Ethir.
I am going to, position myself. I'm gonna get its tongue next to my neck, and I'm going to show it my neck and stare at it, and I'm going to ready my action to stab it if it either lets go of him or if it seems like it's going to squeeze on him more anyways. If it tenses.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
That's all I'm gonna do. I guess I would try and speak to it telepathically.
Yeah.
I would assume I can't speak its language. I'm gonna say in common, take me instead.
I can respond to you.
You can.
You establish a telepathic link into this thing's mind and you say, take me instead. And this thing, you can see that, the areas in which the sockets for what would have been eyes, the head just lightly tilts towards you. And despite knowing that it can look, it feels strange to have these empty, vacant sockets look at you. And the face just kind of scrunches together. Like when you would see a dog, like the nostrils flare as it smells. And it will reiterate in common to you. Take me instead. I will end your turn. We go to Rearda. Who loves you so much. Who is going to attempt to grapple this thing.
Yes.
Get in there, Rearda.
So, I am better as acrobatics for my ooze boy. Oh, Rearda. Well, you know those times where I can't roll as an NPC? I'm very sorry. Because this isn't one of those times. You watch as Rearda rushes over, sees this thing, got its throat, or its fucking tongue around Ethir's neck. That's my fucking boy! And you watch as he just grips around its upper portion of its body and corrals it towards his chest. Yeah, I can move still. And I will say, because it lost the grappled check against him, grappled would move if it is moved. Rearda is strong enough to fucking rip this shit, and you feel this tongue just slide out from your neck as it quickly unravels, just licking against the Adam's apple of your throat.
Can I use my reaction?
For?
In place of protection, which I had my shield because that's thematically, or use protection to, when I see the tongue loosen and start to wind back, I had my shield near it. Can I use my shield to pin it?
The tongue?
Yes, as it's trying to reel back into, can I use my shield to pin it to the ground?
I would say no, specifically because this is not voluntary movement on its part.
Sure.
So, like, for what justifiably provokes opportunity attacks, not really.
Sure.
And again, had not readied an action on your turn.
Fair.
So I will say that Rearda rips this thing, you feel its tongue slide off of your neck. You take a deep breath, and Rearda just rips this thing and slides his back onto the fucking table. Like, laying full down prone, just holding this thing like a fucking pig wrangler. I got you, buddy! That's Rearda's turn. I rolled a 5 and a fucking 7, dude.
Jesus.
Thankfully, Rearda's athletics mod is the same as its acrobatics mod, so that was a very close call.
Would the tongue coming off of his neck trigger my reaction?
Yeah, I think that it would tense. As Rearda would squeeze it, you would see it, and you had specifically ready for exactly that condition.
It's an 18 to hit
Yeah.
for 9 damage.
9? Yeah. So I'll say that as Rearda squeezes this thing, you to not strike Rearda, as you see the tongue leave Ethir, slash across this thing's midsection, pull out a large viscous amount of this stuff as it just sprays on the ground around Ethir and around your feet. Rearda flips back over like a pig wrangler, squeezes this thing as tight as he can, and it goes to you, Sarah.
So he's now on his back holding
Holding
this
it,
thing.
yes.
Is its head like...
Yes, its head would be protruding out, like wiggling like a fucking snake over Rearda's head. Tongue like lolling down over its body on the back of Rearda's forearms as he is wrangling this thing as best as he can.
Can I, like... I want to use my claw attack to try to, like, cut its tongue out of its mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. That unfortunately it is immune to the prone condition, so it is not prone,
That's fine.
but straight up roll.
No. It's going to be 10 to hit.
10 does not hit. It's moving so much as it is fighting back against Rearda as it is caught in its arms, or his arms.
Still get my bite attack.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna use it.
Bite that tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want
Wait, that's on.
Bite it.
Bite the crime? What was it?
Take a bite out of crime.
Yes, that one.
The tongue's the
to.
crime.
I guess I'm gonna try to
Bite the tongue.
snap at this thing's tongue.
Yeah!
Go right ahead, Sarah.
McGruff the crime bear.
You were rewarded.
22.
22 will hit, Sarah.
My hubris.
I don't think this is a hubris situation.
Everything's a hubris situation.
8 points of piercing damage.
How would you like to do this one?
Yeah!
Kiss it.
Yes.
I got you, buddy.
Good night, dwarf.
Oh!
No, I'm gonna bite its face off.
The affection was too
You
much.
capture the front portion of this thing, and your lower and upper jaw connect in the center and rip forward, rending it. And you watch, again, in the best descriptive I can give, what would be this centralized mass of a continuous, ever-flowing ooze, and you separate around the mid portion of it, and all of that viscous material just begins to drop and cascade, bathing all over Rearda, splashing all over this table, and just cascading down.
I throw up.
You, after a quick second of spitting this stuff out, as Rearda just feels this puddle go loose in his arms, and it just splashes all over the area around him on the table, just looks up at you, this bear that just bit this thing's face off. Fuck yeah! And you, ooh, God! And you vomit all over the ground, like all over one of the chairs right here. And he goes, fucking sick! I really fucking love Dwarven Ruins.
There are
I
times.
don't know if you've ever seen an
Bear
animal
throw up?
eat something like yucky and it just like
Mm-hmm.
it just is like
Yeah.
that's what's going on. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
assuming that did not taste very nice.
No, it tasted horrifically.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that as Rearda lays here, just kind of motionless for a second as he watches you vomit, says, fuck yeah, this place is so sick. He just kind of looks down like his chest towards everybody, sees all of you guys standing here at the edge of the table. This fucking rules. And you watch as the puddle begins to reform around his chest. And we will conclude there.
Not Rearda.
You son of a bitch.
I knew you loved him! You can't take him from me!
Everyone loves him.
life.
Right?
You've seen John Wick. You know how this goes when you take the dog away.
Right?
It's blank check, man.
Right?
Do you really want to write that?
Well,
You're alive. Then,
live another day
for now.
for now.
I'm really
Thank
glad
you
I
guys.
capped that cure wounds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, thank you guys very much for watching tonight. We really appreciate it. We will not be back this Friday, but we will be back probably next Tuesday. Sunday, probably not.
Gotta see how Sarah's feeling.
Yeah.
Sarah's her surgery on Friday.
Gotcha.
Her
Gotcha.
wisdom teeth being stolen
Mhm.
on Friday. So we will not be streaming Friday. We'll let you guys know about Sunday. Tuesday is more likely, but again, we'll let you know. It depends how everything goes. But if not, if you're new here, make sure you follow so you can find us again. You can check out our website for all things fun about us. If you want to catch up on the other episodes or watch them or the other campaigns or anything like that. Yeah, otherwise we'll see you whenever we see you next. Good night, friends. Thanks for watching.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Goodbye.